We are back with a brand new edition. Welcome back to my TikTok live or YouTube, wherever you're hailing from today. How was your weekend? I hope it was fantastic. Mine was quick. And I got nothing done that I was going to do yesterday. Hola, Angela. I got nothing done that I was supposed to do yesterday. And then it dawned on me that I could have spent a couple hours making video content. But did I do that? No, I did not. I decided to veg out on the couch and I don't even know what I was doing. Oh, I was responding to you guys for fucking forever. How cute is this little hummus snack pack, by the way? I think it's so cute. I have to decompress. Oh, I didn't even introduce myself. Hey, Sarah Elizabeth. My name is Jen. I'm your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption to work in your favor. I already know that sounds good to you, so go ahead, click that follow button. Hey, Jay. I manifested my SP back from no contact, fully living with me in a matter of 4 weeks, so I'm here to help you do the same. Okay, if you're interested in one-on-one coaching with me, I do have all links are in the bio. We're not going to keep saying in the bio, okay? It is a superpower of mine to figure out where you're going wrong. I let you guys talk, I pull out the language, and then we fix the shit, okay? Then we fix it, okay? And I'm good at it. I'm good at it, so I'm here to help you be good at it too. Also, if you want me to manifest for you, oh, hey, I'm KD. If you want me to manifest for you, I'm good at that shit too. Actually, I'm really good at it. So I'm good at it quickly too. So there's that option. Also, I have a free WhatsApp community, so go ahead and join us, okay? It is gonna be moved to paid probably in like the next 2 days. I haven't gotten around to the automation. But if you get in there now, while it's still free, you'll never have to pay a single penny. So go ahead and join us there. Let us be inspired by some success stories that are going on. And then we're here because we got your back. Hey, Alejandra. Okay, we're here to support you, encourage you, and get your shit. So that's what we're here for. Okay, also, I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you ever miss a live, don't worry. I always post it on the tube of you. Okay, so while you're there, go ahead, subscribe right now, and then watch these long ass lives. Watch these long ass lives, and go ahead and mute the speaker out and give a shit. Help me get my watch hours up. I appreciate your support because I want to help as many people understand that all the bullshit that's out there is. Ooh, MKD, I'm excited to talk to you, bitch. And Flashy, good for you, girl. Keep going. Keep going. Okay? Don't force a 3D. Remember, don't force a 3D. Okay? Just keep it natural. Keep it casual, right? Like as if you were in a relationship, right? You're not over here confessing your love to the man every 5 seconds, are you? Hey, Jack Frost. Hey, Matthew. Hey, NYC girl. Love you. So we're not going to do that in real life. Okay? Okay. I think that's it. All right. Let's get this party started. If you do have any questions, if you're running into any problems with your SP, go ahead and drop a comment and I will go ahead and answer them for you. That is what I'm fucking here for. Hey, Josie girl. Dade. When SP skips a day of contact, I need to keep persisting? Yeah. What? Yeah, of course. You should not persist. Okay? You should not stop persisting. Hey, unapologetically, my girlfriend. Okay, you don't want to ever persist. You don't ever want to stop persisting because until it's natural, until this is an expectation of yours, until it's just how it is, like, you know, you have to persist. Okay, this is why, like, let's say your SP comes back today, which is why I'm always telling you guys that you're conditioning yourself now so that you don't have to worry about it. Okay, but let's say your SP comes back today. Hey, the one and only. And what's the game plan, right? You still have to persist. You need to always persist and select perfect boyfriend version, right? Over and over and over again, okay? You can't not do that. SP is specific person, my friend, specific person. So today was a hard day. My husband was supposed to be here for our daughter's spay, and it was the hardest thing dropping her off, but I kept seeing his car. Okay, you know what? Hey, Kami Fines, what's up, girlfriend? Okay, Matthew, you need to persist, okay? You need to persist through it. It's gonna be hard, right? It's hard to not react to the 3D, which is why I think that's bullshit advice, right? Well, is to be like, just ignore the 3D. That's fucking stupid. Like, what are you talking about? It's what we're living in. And so when your 3D is showing you the opposite, it's hard to, but this is where discipline comes in, right? It's hard to ignore it. So I would never tell you to ignore the 3D. Thanks, Kim fans. But what I would tell you to do is you need to learn to control it, right? So I was talking to somebody today about it, and it's like, you can't react to everything. It's fine, emotional, no problem. And it's fine if you have a momentary thought that goes against what you're affirming for, no problem. But you have to flip it, okay? Let it out, let yourself process what you have to process, and then push that shit aside, flip it around, and then keep moving, right? You must flip the thoughts, okay? We have to get really good at assigning meaning to everything that we want it to mean, right? And not getting in our thoughts and not letting our thoughts spiral in a direction we don't want. Because when that happens, you know what happens? You set your shit back, right? You go from things are moving in the right direction to all of a sudden they're not, okay? And so for you, you have to remind yourself that, you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. So your job is not to question anything. Your job is to persist in selecting only perfect husband, perfect husband, perfect husband, perfect husband, and knowing who that perfect husband is to you, right? And not breathing any life into who that person is today. Okay, because if you'll persist in only the version of your SP that you want, they don't have a choice. They have to turn around. Okay, so now they're turning around and showing up exactly how you want them to. But you have to persist. You guys have to get really good at selecting only the version of your SP that you want for you by controlling your thoughts. And all you literally have to do if you're thinking, like let's say you have a disagreement, right? You could sit there and react all the live long day if that's what you want, but why? For what? Arguments should never take place because an argument means you didn't shut the hell up. Okay, so instead it's like, what's there to argue about? Less is more. Less is more. And then in your mind, he's the perfect husband. He's the perfect husband. We have the best relationship. He's the perfect husband. We have the best relationship. He is the perfect husband. We have the best relationship. Because then it doesn't escalate. It doesn't slide anything back. All of a sudden, you're right back on track. Maybe an hour or two later, you're right back on track. Okay? But this takes conditioning because you can't run your relationship when they come back because you have to be prepared. When we work together, you better buckle up, buttercup, and be prepared. Oh, hey, baby girl. Because you're going to see the turnaround and you're going to see it turn around really quickly. Okay? And when you see it turn around really quickly, what's your game plan? You can't run your relationship the same way you did the first time. Because like I said, you don't have to be a psychic or pay a psychic to know exactly the outcome of your relationship. It's going to end the same way to the first time. Psychic reading done. Okay? Because you're doing exactly, you haven't learned to discipline your thoughts about things. You haven't learned to not react to fucking everything that they do or don't do. You're constantly assigning meaning you don't want it to mean. And then if there's gutter trash in the picture, then you guys are constantly checking for gutter trash. Who the fuck checks the dumpster? Are you a dumpster diver? So if you're not a dumpster diver, why are you checking to see if the trash was taken out? Yeah, the trash has gone by, bitch. Bye. Oh, I'm so excited. On a side note, hopefully I have time today. I'm going to have to make time today to do my nails. So I'm very excited about that. But this is where the discipline comes in, okay? Because being in no contact, some of you guys that are in no contact find that very triggering. But like when I talk to my clients who are very much in contact with their SPs, I always tell them, I said, when you're in contact with your SP, it's easy. In my opinion, it's a lot easier to discipline your mind and to focus on what you want when you're not in contact. Because you don't really have anything to trigger you. And if you're getting triggered, it's only because you're being an investigator and looking for shit. And you know, what you seek, you will find. Okay? So that's the only reason you're triggered in the 3D is when you're in no contact is because you're out there fishing for shit. For what? For what? But when you're in contact with your SP, though, that's where the discipline comes in. That's when you really need to discipline yourself because you can't do what you've been doing. And you guys react and react and react and react and react and create these fucking stories that don't benefit you. How many times I got to tell you guys to stop doing that shit? Stop creating stories that do not benefit you. Like, it doesn't make sense to me on why you would sit there all day long and in your mind make up stories that, like, in my opinion, if you're going to make up a story, then it should be the story you want to tell, right? Why the fuck would you make up a story that you don't want to tell? That doesn't make any sense, because your subconscious mind has one job: to prove your ass right. So what do you want to be proven right about? All the shit you don't want, all the crap you don't want to see, that your SP's an asshole? Is that what you're going to be proven right about? So then if that's not, I know you said no. So then why the fuck do you keep going and making up these stories that don't benefit you? Right? Like, you know, you guys are constantly wondering who the fuck they're talking to and if they've met someone else. And, you know, why they haven't talked to me, and God forbid they go a day without talking to you. Oh, Jesus. Like, you're like on overdrive in here. Overdrive, overdrive, overdrive. Like, for what? For what? Go get a hobby. If you can't stop checking your phone every 5 minutes, go get a fucking hobby. Seriously. Go pick up gardening or some shit. You know, learn how to cook. Learn how to cook so you can be a better cook when your SP comes home. Clean your fucking house. I don't know. Do something that's going to distract you. Go work some overtime hours. You know, make some more money. Something that's going to distract you. Do something, because apparently if you're left to your own volition, then you guys just can't help yourself. I tell you guys, I never give you unrealistic advice. So when you guys are like, should I not check their social media? I can't answer that for you. I'm not going to be like, no. I mean, in a perfect world, yeah, no. But sometimes we're nosy, right? Sometimes we're nosy, and that's okay. That's okay. But you have to learn to discipline your thoughts about it. Okay? You can't read into the stupid shit. You know, where he posts a picture of his dinner and you see a corner of a plate off to the side and you're like zooming in on that shit. Like, who the fuck is that? Who's he out to dinner with? Is it some bitch? You can't do that. You can't do that. Stop doing that. We don't argue. For what? For what? I'm not going to sit there and say every relationship is perfect, because that, again, is unrealistic, right? But every confrontation starts off the same, as a disagreement. Someone has a problem with something that you did, and it's a disagreement. So you have a choice you have a choice in that situation. Do I react verbally and have to tell this man what's on my mind and plead my case, or do I just shut the hell up and control my thoughts and go in my mind and say what I want to say? Affirm. Do I shut my mouth while they're talking and just affirm? Yeah, that's what I do. Because why not? What's the point? No one walks away from an argument feeling fucking elated. Do you? No, you don't. I would say the best thing about an argument is that you have makeup sex. Right? Is that still a thing? Is that still a thing? I'm not sure. But you could just have sexy time without the fighting. Just remember all the crap in your mind real quick, and then just get yourself riled up. And then flip it. My SP have been no contact for 2 months, and he didn't say happy birthday to me. It's hard not to think that. Okay, Vanessa. So, if you're in no contact, you know, like, that's kind of like when me and my boyfriend were not talking, okay? If we were in no contact. You're setting yourself up for disaster by expecting someone who's in no contact with you. If you're not persisting in perfect boyfriend, then it's you're setting yourself up to be disappointed, because it's like, oh, Christmas was here and he didn't wish me Merry Christmas. He didn't buy me a gift. You're in no contact. Okay? Like, or, you know, he didn't, same with the birthday thing. So what? You're not dying tomorrow, bitch. Okay? You have plenty of birthdays to spend with this man. Plenty of birthdays to spend with this man. So why are you harping over one? Who cares? Who cares? You didn't see me all spiraling down my thought rabbit hole because Valentine's Day came up and he didn't wish me a happy Valentine's Day when we weren't together. So what? Who cares? You have to learn to discipline your mind, because if you are persisting in perfect boyfriend and you were describing him only in a way that you want it, first of all, you would have been in contact by now. Okay. So then therefore you would have gotten a happy birthday. Okay, there's no reason, once you guys know about the law, there's no reason for you guys to have gone this long with no contact, unless you were buying into law of attraction bullshit. Or listening to other fucking content creators that are over here saying, just decide. It's the fucking stupidest advice I've ever heard in my life. Okay? And so because of that, you can't do that. You know, there's a lot of content creators out there. There's a lot of coaches out there that haven't manifested shit. Let's call it what it is. They haven't manifested anything. But they do one thing and then it makes them feel good. And they're like, oh, I'm just going to tell everybody to do this. What? Well, you know what? I feel good too when I listen to a sleep meditation. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to sit there and be like, come work with me. And I'm going to go ahead and just give you a sleep meditation until you listen to that shit. And then I'm going to give you a couple affirmations. Huh? What are you talking about? Like, yeah, there's people out there that are doing that, that are literally doing that. And I'm like, well, then why do they need you? If you're not going to actually help them and just tell them to go listen to some shit and say a couple affirmations, that's fucking stupid. That's so stupid. And that tells me all I need to know is that they don't know what they're talking about. They clearly haven't manifested shit, right? But you guys be out here consuming. You guys can't help here. And I get it. I get it. You guys are going down this manifestation rabbit hole and you're like, well, this person said this. I got to do it. Oh, well, this person said this. I got to do it. The fuck are you talking about? Stop doing that. Stop doing that. I tell you guys over and over again, you have to ask yourself, does this make sense? If the answer to that is no, then click off the video. You don't have to take every fucking advice people give you online. Like, that shit is stupid. Like, if you could just decide, you come across a video, right? And she's like, just decide. And you're like, okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to just decide. But we're in no contact though, but that's cool. I'm just going to decide that we're married. The fuck are you talking about? That's why your shit isn't coming. That's why your shit isn't coming. Oh, I just got to listen to this one thing right here. You think people know you're lazy, okay? Let's be honest. So they're like, you just have to listen to this. And you know what? You're going to get your SP back. What? Okay, that tells me all I need to know. They have no idea how manifestation works. So whether you work with me or you work with somebody else, you better work with somebody who's done the shit, who literally has done it, who's with their SP, because that's fucking stupid. Would you go hire a personal trainer that was overweight? I don't think so. You would not. So why would you hire a coach that hasn't manifested their SP back, that tells you just decide and here, go listen to some shit and repeat a couple affirmations? You're good. No. Because again, I tell you guys, if all you had to do was affirm, let's think logically here. If all you had to do was affirm, then everyone would have exactly what they wanted. Everyone would have their SPs. Everyone would be rich. Everyone would have their entire dream life if all you had to do was affirm. But that's not the case. Because you don't just have to affirm. That's the fucking stupidest advice in the world. So, because that's not what it's about. Is affirming is only designed to distract your thoughts so that your thoughts don't go to the fucking dark side. But you have to see your SP as perfect for you. You have to see that version of them, because if you don't see that version of them and hold that version and just tell yourself that, if you don't do that, guess what? You're going to go another 2 months of no contact. You're going to go a whole nother birthday without a happy birthday. And who the fuck wants that shit? I don't. I'm impatient. I'm very impatient. So I'm not going to have it take forever. Absolutely not. I don't have time for it, and I don't have the patience for it. I want what I want and I want it now. So that's why I tried telling you. Hey, Brittany. Excuse me, Matthew. The fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? I know this isn't your first day here. We don't use terms like that. He ghosted you. Because unless you plan to have a ghost rise from the dead, how's he supposed to turn around? How's he supposed to be your perfect boyfriend? Because your perfect husband wouldn't ghost you, would he? No, he wouldn't. Okay, but in your mind, you're bitching about him. How you describe this person is key. It's key to everything. And I don't give a shit what anyone else tells you. Because again, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't. You must describe this person only in a way that you want and expect them to be for you. And it shouldn't be hard for you to expect. Forget your 3D for a second. Forget your current 3D or 5D or wherever the fuck you think you're living. I don't even know what that shit is, to be honest. I don't care to know. I don't go down a research ass rabbit hole because I don't care to know what any D's are. All I know is, well, this is where I'm living. This table is very much real. So, but you can't, okay, so forget your 3D for a second. Forget your reality for a second. And forget the person that is showing up today. Forget your current SP for just a second. How the fuck is it hard for you to expect perfect SP when literally, they were at one time, right? That's why you married them. That's why you dated them. Is because they were perfect for you. They were your perfect person at one point in time. So it's like, and not just for a second, like this, it's not like you dated this guy and he was your perfect person for a day and then went back to being an asshole. That's not how this was, okay? There was a time in your relationship where everything was perfect. Okay, where he was showing up exactly how you wanted him to, with maybe a couple flaws, but that's okay. That's okay. A lot of us brush it off and it's really not that serious, right? So there's a time when he was your perfect person. So why is it so hard for us to pick that version again? Because you're the one that created this version. By bitching about him in your head, by reacting about everything that they're doing or not doing, by arguing every second you get, by describing them consistently in a way that you don't want them to be for you. That is what changed them. So if you don't like this version that's showing up today, then change them back. Change them back. Just like you created the person that they are for you now. All you have to do is select a different version. Hold on to all the great things that you had about them. Like I tell you guys should be doing nothing but going down memory lane and immersing yourself in the, hey Ellie, hey AJ, and immersing yourself in the memories that you love, the memories that meant something to you. Okay, those type of memories that's all you guys should be thinking about, is how well, like I have a client now, and all she thinks about as much as possible whenever she thinks about her SP, her husband, is their wedding day. Their wedding day. Because that day was perfect. That's all you guys should be thinking about, because what version, if you think about your wedding day, let's say you're married, right? Which my next masterclass is going to be how to get your wife or husband back. Okay? Let's save your marriage. No therapy required. But if you're married to this person, then how hard is it to remember your wedding day? When that was your he was everything to you, right? He was everything to you, or you would have ran from the altar. That was, for most people, I wouldn't know because I'm not married, but not yet. But for the most part, I would assume that's the happiest day of your life. So why wouldn't you think about that day instead? Because the more you can immerse yourself in that experience, guess what version you're selecting? Perfect husband. And every time you think of him, perfect husband. Let me think about our wedding. Perfect husband. Perfect husband. right? Same with if you're not married. It's not hard to think about the memories that you created. Like, let's say you went on Valentine's Day and everything was perfect. He showered you with gifts, treated you like a queen, all that stuff for the day. Why can't you think about that shit? Instead, you guys go down memory lane and think about all the bad shit. Well, how he treated you, how he talked to you, how he did all that stuff, but then somehow in some delusion, you think you're just going to wake up one day and he's going to be like, you know what? I have made a mistake. No, he's not. Spoiler alert. They're not going to wake up one day and have the light bulb go on in their head unless you help them turn on the light. Okay, you have to flip the switch. So therefore, their switch flips. Back to the version you want. Back to the version I want. Over and over and over again. Because I don't think you guys want to be in Splitsville and then get back together and then be in Splitsville again. Who the fuck wants that? I don't want that. And on top of that, if you're married or not married, it doesn't even matter. I told you guys, there's way more people affected by you not getting a grip than just yourself. Okay? A lot of you guys have children with your SP. Well, you don't think your children are affected? Because you can't get a grip and you keep selecting asshole version over and over and over again and bitching to your children about their father or their mother. Who the fuck does that? You're not helping your children by venting. You need somebody to fucking vent to, then go call a friend. Your children, that's not their place. It's not their place to listen to mommy or daddy bitch about each other. That's not fair to them. And it's also not fair to them that you can't get a fucking grip on your mind and fight for your family. Because that's what you're doing. That's what each one of you are doing that have children with this man or woman. That's what you're doing. You're fighting for your family. You're not just fighting for yourself. Because your children are very much affected by this. And some of you ladies can't shut the fuck up where you think like your children is your therapist. Your children are not your therapist. And don't put that pressure on them. Because they will remember. Okay? And it's not fair to them. My brother used to do that. Like, I understand his son is his best friend, but his son was fucking 9. Okay? Like, you know, and I'll never forget being at a hotel. I was out of town on business, and my brother calls, and he's like, he was heartbroken, so upset that his son didn't want to come to his house that weekend. And so I said, let me call my nephew, find out what's going on. And I told you guys, my nephew is, I don't like labels, but developmentally delayed, we'll say. So anyway, I called him and I said, talk to me. I said, you know you can tell Auntie anything. I said, so tell me why you don't want to go to your dad's house. And he was like, because I want to play my video games. I'm like, that's fucking bullshit. I was like, because your dad has video games and a whole console for you. So I said, Jaden, I need you to be honest with me. I said, honestly, I said, this stays between you and I said, tell me why you don't want to go to your daddy's house. And you know what he said? He said, because all my daddy does is say mean things about my mommy. He goes, and I love mommy. And I don't want to hear him say mean things about mommy. So I told my nephew that you need to tell your father this because he needs to hear from you. And so he did. I said, be honest with your dad and you tell him because my brother was dead ass wrong. You know, and I told him that numerous times. Stop talking about you need someone to vent to, fucking call a friend. Stop talking to your children about their parents. Acting like they don't understand. Oh, they very much understand. And it very much affects them. So ever since then, I think he got a grip on the shit. But that's what you're doing. So stop doing that shit. Go seek it. Go call a friend. Go call your mom. I don't give a fuck. Go in your car and bitch about her. All you want. And then get a grip. Flip those thoughts. Compose yourself. And go about your day. But you all need to stop bitching about your SPs every waking chance you fucking get about who they are today. When I've told you, I literally shoved down your fucking throats to stop reacting, to select perfect version only. I literally tell you guys this all the fucking time. But for some of you, well, actually not some of you, for most of you, that's a challenge. It's much easier for you just to accept asshole version instead. But want something different. That's fucking stupid. And you know it. And you fucking know it. So if you are bad-mouthing your SP to your children, stop that shit. Okay. Hey, Maricel. I'm good. I had a nice, relaxing weekend. Could have been a lot more productive, but I wasn't. And that's okay. I could have made video content yesterday, but I didn't. And that's okay. That's okay. Because I'm going to have to squeeze in. I'm like, if I have like 13 minutes between a call, I click that record button and make some content for you guys. Because we got to keep the content going. You know what I mean? Okay, I was contacted and it was hard, reacted, and blocked him. Well, Bridget, I mean, if you want to block him, if you feel that that's better for you, then great. But that is telling me that you're reacting and you can't do that. We got to act like adults around here. Hey, Ash. We have to act like adults. This is not something that like should be a challenge for you. But I literally tell you, you guys wouldn't be doing half this behavior if you would just act like a goddamn adult. At this point, I think my 14-year-old daughter is more mature than you guys because she doesn't give a shit about anything. Like, she doesn't let anything bother her. Nothing bothers her. Nothing. Like, and she's biracial, okay? So she's biracial, and so sometimes people will make little comments at their school. She doesn't give a shit. She could care less. She could literally care less. It pissed me off, and I was like, you know what? I was like, you point the kid out. Because I'm going to tell the kid that you better go home and tell your parents to see me after school. And she's always like, can you not do that? She's like, because I really don't care. She's like, it doesn't bother me. I don't care. Because she knows who she is. So she doesn't give a shit about any of that stuff. She does not. She's had lots of opportunities to react because where we live, it's more like no, it's mixed, but not like, I don't fucking know. I don't know. But she doesn't react to stupid shit. What? And so she's more mature than your asses are, and you're a grown-ass fucking adult. What is wrong with you? I hope that inspires you to get a grip and not let 14-year-old children, because at this point, some of your children are more mature than you too. Yeah, and you know it. And you know it, because they don't give a shit about this stupid little nonsense that you are. Ridiculous. I've been working on not asking questions. Hey, see, swim. There you go, Snappy Times. Go. Hey, Layla, go do your hobbies. Get busy. Go learn how to play the guitar. Do some shit other than reacting to everything under the fucking sun. Because y'all kill me with that stupid shit. Like, hey, you know what? I think this world's going to be such a calmer place when y'all learn to stop arguing. Oh, yes, you're welcome, darling Nikki. I did. If you're my WhatsApp community, oh, sorry. You don't get it because it was posted before you joined. But I posted a sleep meditation for my besties in there for self-concept. Because that seems to be a struggle you guys have, which is fucking stupid. No, I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. You know I never do. Because you're all badass bitches. Like, literally, this is where I always say, like, self-concept. I think, okay, first of all, I don't think I've ever and I'm honest with you guys. I don't think I've ever jumped on a coaching call and ever been like, ooh, you're all fucking beautiful. Like, every one of you are beautiful. When I get on the call, I'm like, damn. But you guys are looking for outside sources to validate your self-concept. You can't do that. That shit is called self-concept for a reason. It's not called people concept, is it? No, it's not. No, it's not. So you guys need to get a grip. I'm in the state of expecting a text, but I'm not the woman back with her SP. No, that's fine, Nadine. That's fine. You don't have to be the woman that's back with her SP, but if you're in the state of expecting a text, then that would, they kind of all go together, okay? Because here's the deal. Let's simplify this. Okay, so if you're in the state of expecting a text, but you're not in the state of perfect boyfriend. You'll get a text, but it's likely not going to be what you want to hear. Unless you can see them as perfect boyfriend. Then if you can see them as perfect, even like a perfect person for you, okay? We can just start there. Maybe that's helpful for all of you guys. It's just to look at them like a best friend, like a bestie. And then when they start coming around, then switch to perfect boyfriend. Maybe that's best for you. If you find that that is best for you to get a grip and be like, you know what? I can see them as a best friend. Then cool, let's start there. So therefore, that I think may help you with, good Marlove and Joe. Oh, Marlove, looking forward to talking to you, bitch. Yeah, I can help with your anxiety. Sure, knock it off. I'm just kidding. But no. So you have to, so maybe that helps you guys. If you guys would just look at them as a bestie or a fucking friend, for Christ's sakes. Look at them as something other than evil and not for you, right? Because think about it, friends text each other. Best friends definitely text each other, right? They hang out, they do that stuff. But at some point in time, you have to assume relationship and perfect boyfriend. But if it's easier for you guys just to start seeing this person as a fucking friend for starters, then start there. Because at some point in time, you have to start expecting something different. Because if you don't, you're not going to get anything different. You know what I mean? I feel like this should be common sense. Okay? I feel like this should be common sense. Who gives a shit if your boyfriend is working with his ex? So? Who cares? Unless you want them to be together. Is that what you want, Marla? I don't think so. So then why do you give a shit? So who cares if he's working with his ex? You can't control where the fuck this man works. I mean, I guess you could. So you want his ex to go get a new job? And tell yourself that. She doesn't even work there anymore. She literally doesn't even work there anymore. She got a new fucking job. She's gone away. Okay, you can get anyone to leave your reality. So if you want them to go get a new damn job, then I want you right now, Marlove, if that's a stressor for you, then I want you right now to start telling yourself anytime you think about his ex and him working together, be like, no, she doesn't work there anymore. She literally doesn't work there anymore. And she will get a new job. She will go away. I had somebody manifest gutter trash to a whole nother state. You can get them to leave your reality. You can get neighbors. If you don't like neighbors, you can get them to leave. I choose not to. And that's because my neighbors I find entertaining. So I'll keep them around because they're my daily dose of drama. So that's all you have to do. If you don't like the ex, love, so I want you to start doing that. No, she doesn't even work here anymore, okay? Because that will get her out of your reality and then you can, bye. Oh, we got besties in the house. We got families in the house. Let me tell you, I think it's amazing to have besties or to have, and Claire works. There's only one other person that can check Marla. And that's me, bitch. That's me. Well, god damn it, pumpkins. Push that shit to the top. Okay? Because I'm going to be texting back today, too. I got a lot. Plus, you guys be like sitting there on the phone, and then the second the text goes through, there's another one. And I'm like, I got to move to the next person. Let me circle back around. Give me a minute. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Hey, Chels. I hope you're doing better today, bitch. I know you are. I know you are. I think it's amazing when, I think it's amazing when besties or families are into manifesting together. I think it's fucking amazing. Because you don't realize, like, it's a lonely road if you're just doing it alone. Plus, anyone you talk to is like, what are you fucking talking about? How to stop arguing? Yeah, Dade, it's called shut the fuck up. You can stop arguing the second one of you, the arguments stop the second one of you shuts the hell up. So if you don't want to argue, then tell yourself, bitch, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Or do whatever you have to do. Okay, so if you need to remove yourself from the situation so that you can shut the fuck up, then do that. Go get a little cardio in. Go take a little walk. Okay? Go take a little walk around the fucking block to cool down. And then come back and compose your goddamn self. Because that's all it takes to dead an argument is somebody needs to shut the fuck up. And usually it's the bitches that can't. And you fucking know I'm right. Usually it's the bitches that are like, no, hold the hell on. And you feel the need to keep responding. And they're totally over it. Most guys get over shit super fast. Like super fast, where they're like, can you just like leave me alone for a second? Give me 10 minutes and I'll be like totally fine. Right? Like that's their whole demeanor. But you bitches can't let it go. You can't let it go. Where like they'll go walk to another room to try and get away from the argument. And what do? Follow them. For what? For what? Because eventually they're going to say something you don't want to hear. Okay, eventually, because they've tried telling you over and over and over again something, right? You keep pushing. So eventually they're going to tell your ass something you don't want to hear. So why would you do that to yourself? When you could just dead the discussion. And be like, yeah, I'm gonna walk away. Give me a minute. And then walk away, and now guess what? Y'all come back around, you're totally fine. Go cook some fucking dinner. Go do something. Go put on a podcast. Or go put on my live. Put them in your earbuds so I can yell at your ass so you learn to shut the fuck up. I should make a series of videos like that. I should make a series of videos like that where it's like daily reminders, but it's like, are you in a disagreement? Listen to this, right? And it tells you, bitch, shut the fuck up. Walk away. What'd I tell you? Walk away. Shut the fuck up. You know? And then it's like, another one is, you're reacting to being left on red. And there's a video for that one. That's a good ass idea. I'm gonna do that, and I'll put them in a YouTube folder for you guys, so you know I can get my watch hours up too. But also, so you guys would be like, okay, I'm spiraling in my thoughts at the current moment. I'll choose this rant, and then I'm arguing with my SP right now, and he's pissy. He says something I don't like. I'll choose this rant. We'll just have a whole folder of get your shit together fucking audios. I think that's a good ass idea. That's a good ass idea. I have to write them all down though. I'm gonna have to write them all down. So therefore I can just yell at you based on the situation you're encountering right now. I think it's a really good idea. Damn, I'm so smart. Okay. Back on track. Isn't there a difference where in the beginning I didn't cut feelings for him? I don't know what you mean by that. Master your twin flame journey. Is there a difference where in the beginning you didn't catch feelings for him? I mean, I guess there's not a difference. Because everyone's relationships start off differently, right? So like some relationships you just started off as friends, right? So it wasn't an actual relationship. You just started off as friends and then became in a relationship, right? So you didn't have like massive feelings for the person at that time, right? But I don't know if you want to explain what you're asking more than that, because that's the only thing I can think of. But because I couldn't imagine dating someone that I didn't have feelings for. I mean, I'm not saying like love, but like Lust. It's like, what's the step down from love? Lust? Like sexual desire? You know what I'm saying? Like there had to have been something there for the relationship to escalate, right? Because, or I would have just like been like, this is cool, but feelings are not mutual. You know, or maybe they weren't in the beginning, but then you caught feelings for him. There's nothing wrong with that. So I don't know what you're asking about a difference. So explain, bitch. Explain. So I can answer. Should you take action when manifesting? That depends. Bijim. Okay, there you go, Doodles. One for when you want to give up to. You guys should put that in. You guys should put all these struggles that you have in some WhatsApp chat. So therefore the admins can pull them out and then give me a list of everything you guys struggle with, other than the obvious ones I know about. And then I'll go ahead and bitch at all you. Okay, should you take action? That depends, okay? So no, you cannot force the 3D, okay? You can take aligned action, but you cannot force the 3D, okay? So forcing the 3D is like I'm going to go, oh, he didn't answer my phone call, so I'm going to go fucking blow his shit up 2,500 times. And if he doesn't answer that shit, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go drive by his house. And then if he doesn't answer that, I'm going to go hit him up on Instagram. Like that's forcing the 3D. Okay. Or calling him and he answers and you start begging and pleading your case. You know, like, please take me back. I want this to work. Why don't you want to be with me? Like, you know, you love me. That's forcing the 3D. You never loved me. I don't know why you're saying this stuff. Why are you being so mean? That's forcing the 3D. However, if I was to ask you right now, there's a difference between forcing the 3D and taking aligned action, okay? So it's like, if you ask yourself, okay, Marlove, I just spoke to someone last week about using ChatGPT in their relationship. I was like, how about we stop fucking doing that? How about we stop doing that right now? Because ChatGPT is fucking up your thoughts, which we'll talk about that in a second. Love ChatGPT, but yeah, don't go to therapy, bitch. Don't go to therapy, please. I got your back. No therapy. No therapy required. And Taz, I totally paused what I was saying. But Taz, if you want to know about my coaching options, I have one-on-one coaching. I have now where I can I'll manifest for you. Then I have text coaching. I think that's all the coachings. Yeah, I try to keep it easy peasy. I would drop your therapist. We'll get into therapy in a second. Okay, so back to what he was saying here. Yeah. So you can take aligned action if you can answer this. If you're persisting in perfect boyfriend, and that is how you see them, and I say, text them right now. How's it make you feel? If you're nervous, if you're not sure how they would respond, then the answer to that is no. Because anytime you force a 3D, it backfires 100% of the time. So the only way you can change your 3D is here. So you don't have to take action. See, that's what you guys are forgetting to realize. You wouldn't have to take action if you would persist in perfect boyfriend and do the affirmations like I tell you and only see them in that light. I think I got bitten. You wouldn't have to take action because they would automatically take action. They would conform. Okay, you'd be seeing movement, not at your behest. Like you wouldn't have to do shit. They would start coming around. They would start messaging you. They would start reaching out to you. They would start talking to you. They would want to be with you. You wouldn't have to do any of that. You wouldn't have to take action. But if you're trying to take action, that tells me that you're trying to force a 3D and try to move this shit along quickly. And that doesn't work. It never works when you try to force a 3D. So I would not do that. Unless you wanted to backfire. You know? It's kind of like driving a car that you know is about to going to break down. Would you continue to drive that shit? Hoping that all of a sudden it's going to just run smoothly? No. So that's where a lot of you go wrong. And I just had somebody in my DM. She knows who she is if she's on here. I just had somebody in my DM. Oh, yeah, she is on here. That tried to force a 3D. She goes, I screwed up. I think I was literally like line number one. Okay, I didn't listen and I screwed up. And I didn't even need to read the rest. I was like, and what was the result of that? Not good. Of course not. Of course not, because you can't do that. Which is why I tell you, when they contact you again, like let's say when we do the photo method today that they contact you on the spot. How are you going to respond? You can't talk about the past. You can't sit there and plead your fucking case and be like, oh, he responded. So I'm going to respond. He sent me one text. So I'm going to respond with 15 text messages back. And then I'm going to tell him how much I missed him, how much I love him, how much I want to be together. You can't do that. Instead, you have to act like your homie just texted you. Feel the room, right? Read the room. Okay? If he wants to initiate and talk about certain things, cool, you can do that. But if he wants to talk about the past, like, it depends on what's being discussed. But really, you could just be like, you know what? Honestly, I've been doing a lot of work on myself, which that's not a lie. I've been doing a lot of work on myself, and honestly, can we just move past that? Right? They don't actually want to talk about this shit either, so they'd be like, okay, cool. Yeah, totally. Okay, awesome. Let's just start fresh. Okay? Okay, I don't want to say stay stuck. Always need your help, try. Yeah, all manifestation is instant the minute you decide. But you can't just say, I'm just going to decide, because some fucking stupid ass coach online said, just decide. Well, you let me know when you just decide, and you let me know if that shit comes. Because it's not that simple. It's the fucking stupidest advice I've ever heard in my life. Just decide that you're a millionaire. Just go ahead, decide right now. Just decide you're a millionaire. When your bank account is not showing you that. It's a lot easier to affirm and create the assumption that you have 20 grand in the bank. And then when that shows up, it's a whole lot easier to assume now you have 100 grand in the bank. And then when that shows up, it's a lot easier for you to get on board with, inching your way to $1 million. But to just decide you're a millionaire is fucking stupid. Just decide that you're married is fucking stupid. Because there's always somebody that comes in here and says, I'm living in the end. I have decided I am 100% sure that we are married. But we're in no contact. Then you're not 100% sure you're married. See what I'm saying? So, what's the rush to the altar as far as I'm concerned? What's the rush to the altar? Because y'all need, unless he's rich and you guys want a settlement. What's the rush to the altar? I'd much rather work on myself while building up and having a relationship, right? I'd much rather be in a relationship, be happy in a relationship, and then work towards that, like, because we're still evolving, right? And then be married. But you got this long, so no need to rush. So just live in the end of relationship if you're going to live in the end of something. But a lot of you guys need to live in the end of contact. Oh yeah, and therapist. It depends on what you're going. Well, no, it doesn't actually. I was gonna say it depends on what you're going to therapy for, but it doesn't. Therapy's bullshit, which is why when couples go to therapy, they always end in divorce or not together, right? First of all, if you have to go to therapy and you're not married, I think that's red flag number one. That you like couples therapy. That's red flag number one that you might want to change some shit. Because who the fuck goes to therapy when you're dating? Second of all, the problem with therapists, no matter what you're going there for, the problem with therapists is all they do is to get you to talk about your shit. Just keep talking. Don't worry. 6 months from now, go ahead, keep talking about the old story. Just keep talking about it. We're going to work through this. We are going to work through this. Well, how's that working out? How is that working out for you? Do you still think about it? Yeah, every time you go to fucking therapy, all you do is talk about the shit over and over and over again. This is why couples therapy doesn't work, because what do? They have you talk about your problems. Talk about your problems. Let's go ahead. Let's keep it right here. Just keep talking about your past. Keep talking about all your problems. And then they give you some exercises to do before the next session. that involve you forcing the 3D. Everything they teach you how to do, everything they tell you how to do is force the 3D. And we know forcing 3D doesn't work. Hence why when they go to therapy, they end up in Splitsville after. Because all they did was talk about their problems. They never solved any shit. They never solved shit. They talked about their problems and then forced the 3D. Like, next time you argue, like they're already setting you up for the next argument. They're like, this is how I want you to handle it. I want you both to express your feelings. Well, how's that working out? How did that work out whenever, because that's what arguments are for, stupid fucking morons. That's like literally what you're arguing about. What the fuck are you arguing about? Because both of you trying to express your feelings. But they're going to tell you to do that in a calm manner. Okay, but we're still expressing our feelings. At the end of the day, that's why therapy doesn't fucking work. So it's kind of like trauma. You go to therapy for trauma. For what? And now you keep talking about it, keep talking about it, keep talking about it. Who the fuck wants to keep living that shit? You know, when you don't have to do any of that, all you have to do is tell a different story. But they don't get you to tell a different story. They don't get you to rewrite the story. They get you to keep living in it. Therapists should be out of business. So save your money. You don't need psychics, tarot card readers, spellcasters, therapists. You don't need all that shit because none of it works. Okay? And you definitely don't need ChatGPT for your goddamn relationship. Here's the problem with ChatGPT. This is what I told a client the other day. I said, because she was using ChatGPT to decipher dreams. And I told her, I said, with her SP. And she's like, it backfired. She goes, I don't know what happened. She goes, I've told him about dreams in the past before. I said, yeah, but you weren't popping those dreams into ChatGPT. Okay? You had a weird, like, think Mad Hatter, if you will, you know, like where chairs dance around and shit like that. Like, think Alice in Wonderland. That was kind of like the dream she had with her SP. So she couldn't stop thinking about it. So she thought it was weird. So she popped it into ChatGPT to tell her to decipher the dream. And so ChatGPT told her that it seems like your man is hiding things from you. And he has some insecurities. And he has this, that, and the fucking third. So she goes, well, I didn't tell him what ChatGPT said. I said, you didn't have to. I said, you didn't have to. You told him about your dream, but the second ChatGPT, aka your therapist, told you about your man, all you could think about was, what's he hiding from me? Because ChatGPT said so. And I wonder what insecurities does he have, right? So that's all you thought about is what ChatGPT fucking told you about your relationship, about your man, and then it pushed out. So say the fuck off ChatGPT unless you're asking ChatGPT to write you some copy for your business or produce a recipe. Then leverage ChatGPT all the live long day, but ChatGPT is not a good therapist. Because it fucks your thoughts up, right? Because you read that shit, and in all honesty, ChatGPT just scrolls through Google, okay? Like, that's where they come up with the content. And so they're going through there, and they're just pulling things from that they found on the internet, and you're letting that control your fucking thoughts. You understand how crazy that sounds? Do you understand how crazy that sounds? For you to literally have the internet control your thoughts. Google to control your thoughts. Because ChatGPT said so. Taz, that's entirely up to you. If you want to stop going back and forth and jump on it. Well, if you get one-on-one, it also comes with text coaching too. Okay, so therefore we can jump on, cut the shit, and then figure out where you're going wrong so you can get it right. Right? And then you get text coaching with that. So therefore we can talk. Know what I'm saying? So I should set a day we get together as boyfriend and girlfriend. Andrea, no, not unless the day has meaning to you. Okay, if the day has meaning to you, cool, then you could set a date, but for what? For what? When, because here's the problem with that. Like, let's say you're like, okay, let me protect my feelings. So I will, because that's the only reason you would set a date. Okay, let me protect my feelings. I'm going to set a date of we're together March 1st. or sorry, that's in the past. April 1st. Well, the problem with that is you're very much probably not going to see a lot of movement until it gets closer to that date. But you would have to persist. And the problem with setting dates, unless you are committed to 100% not wavering, that the problem with setting a date is it can cause a lot of wavering in your thoughts. Okay, because for one, you set the date and now you're affirming, right? You're doing all the things, and then you're not seeing movement. So then you start to waver because the closer it gets to that date, you're starting to put pressure on yourself. Okay. So then you're starting to like waver even more, like, oh my God, is this really going to happen? Because it's getting closer to that date. And now you're counting the time. Okay. And so now you're over here like, oh my God, I have 5 days left. Oh my God, I have 4 days left. Oh my God, I have 3 days left. Why would you do that? Because then you get stuck in this time vortex. Okay. The only date I set was when I wanted us to live together. That was the only date I set. Other than that, I never set a date, because why limit yourself like that when you could persist in perfect boyfriend and have his ass show up tomorrow, right? Or get back together. I have this fucking red thing right here, it's driving me nuts. Or you can see the movement now and then be in a relationship in the next 72 hours or 2 weeks. Why would you date that? You know what I mean? Plus, a lot of you are expecting a relationship proposal, right? Well, I want a commitment. And so it's like, you're expecting a relationship proposal. So it's like on April 1st, you're expecting this man to show up with roses on your porch and be like, will you be my girlfriend? That's not how that works. Most relationships, it's just implied. Okay. Because everything that you do is at some point, someone in the relationship has to assume relationship, because if you'll assume relationship, they have to assume relationship too, because everyone is you pushed out, right? You control his thoughts. So if you're controlling his thoughts. So if you're assuming you're in a relationship, what do you think his thoughts are? Relationship, right? A lot of you guys read too into this shit where you'll be like, super, like everything you do screams relationship together, but then you'll be like, but he's not committing to me. And I was like, so fucking, why don't you just assume relationship? Problem solved. End of coaching session. But that's what a lot of you forget. Okay? A lot of you forget that you are in a relationship. Like, let me just start assuming relationship and therefore they will too. Right? It's about leveraging the law and saying, if I control his thoughts, then what am I waiting for him for? Because the more you're waiting for him to commit to you, you're not sure if he wants to. So therefore he doesn't. And oftentimes it slides backwards where he's like, actually, I don't want to be together. Because you're hung up on this, well, he's not committing to me yet. Why isn't he committing to me? Why isn't he committing to me? Like, does he not love me? Does he not want to be with me? Because why isn't he committing to me? And that becomes your main train of thinking. Well, how the fuck does that work out for you? I don't think it's working out very well. Okay? But if you would sit there and start assuming the other shit right now, then they would. Right? Because they are hearing your thoughts. You guys have to believe that they're hearing your thoughts 100% of the time. So what are you telling yourself? Because that's now their thoughts too. So do you want them to think that they don't want to commit to you? That they want to ghost you? That they want to block you? That they don't want to talk to you? That they don't like you? Is that what you want them to think? Because you're in control of that. You're in control of that. So this is where I say you guys have to drop the current situation. You have to drop the current story. Forget it. Let it go. That's the only thing you need to be letting go of is the shit that hurts your fucking feelings, the shit that you don't like. Let that shit go when only you have the power to change it. So when are you going to grow up and change it? When are you going to do that? I would think now is a good time for that, because enough time has already gone by that you've spent wasting it away, getting all inconsistent in your fucking thoughts every second waking hour you get. So, okay, Divine Valley. Is that something he doesn't like? Hmm? Those aren't. I'm talking to you, right? Those aren't strong enough, in my opinion, unless it's something he literally can't stand. So, like, if he's in sobriety, we'll say, right? So, if, like, he's in sobriety, these are really fucking good, by the way. I highly recommend. And I highly recommend you get them reduced price. Always saving money around here. So if he doesn't like, if he can't stand lazy people, cool, that could work. But it's not strong enough of an assumption. And then unless he's in sobriety, like, and he doesn't like drink at all, and can't stand potheads, I would change that to something more bold, if you will, right? Like, something that would trigger him very quickly, right? So, like, I would affirm they argue all day, every day, right? Like, they're always arguing. And it's, I like crazy or raving bitch or has anger issues, right? Things like that they can't stand. But let's see what you have to say. Then last night, I was with him and he started saying how being high is a deal breaker. Okay, cool. Then we'll keep that. In fact, he just found her stash. He just found her stash, bitch. She got caught. She totally got caught. Going to the neighborhood dealer. Do they even have neighborhood dealers anymore? I don't think so. I think it's all clinics now. I want my SP to ask me out. Would I say we're in a relationship or that he's asking me to be his girlfriend? D, what is your current situation? What's your current status with your SP? Are you constantly spending time together? Are you, like, is it that or is it totally the opposite? Because if it's totally the opposite, well, I'll answer it both ways. So if it's totally the opposite, then what I would do is affirm that he'll do anything to be with you right now. Like, he'll do anything to be with me right now. Okay? And you can say, and if it's your ex-boyfriend, what you can also do is use the photo method and tell him, we're getting back together right now. Okay? For relationship, you can affirm we have the best relationship. Like, we literally have the best relationship. You can affirm that. That's what I affirm. He's the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. So you can affirm that. It's entirely up to you. If I had a little bit more context of your current situation, then I can answer that a little bit more clearly. Marisol. Hey, see? Now we're thinking. Where it's like, okay, if I'm in contact with my SP, let me do a little investigative work. What don't you like, honey bunny? What can't you stand? Interview him. And then he tells you, and then you're like, well, plug that into her. Plug that shit into her. That's fucking funny. That is so funny. My boyfriend is recovered alcohol tears, and he was good until he spoke to her, and he said he screws up. So I'm guessing I did not see your booking, Michael. Well, I mean, I didn't check my calendar. but I'm sure it's there. So I'm guessing, Marla, that there's a gutter trash in the situation, right? Second of all, you can help him out, okay? So if your boyfriend is a recovered alcoholic, right, and he was good until he spoke to her, what I would do is, see, this is the problem with recovery. And yes, I'm qualified to talk about it. Okay, I'm actually going to write a book. I have a lot of things I'm going to do. But it's going to be called Breaking Recovery. Like Breaking Bad, but Breaking Recovery. It's clever, huh? And it's going to... and it's going to have the title, it's going to have... it's going to look just like Breaking Bad, right? But... So here's the problem with recovery. The problem with recovery is, one... This will start with the obvious. This is the biggest problem I have, which I'm actually going to be working with the county to rewrite their AA, Alcoholics Anonymous shit. Because the number one problem with recovery is that they have you identify yourself as being an alcoholic. That's the obvious problem right there, is that you go to these classes, you go to these meetings, and what's the first thing you do? You stand up and say, "Hi, my name is Jennifer, and I'm an alcoholic." Even though you ain't touched a shit in years. So as long as you keep identifying as being an alcoholic, then you have to go to AA forever. And because you keep telling yourself you're an alcoholic. So what does that mean? And so there's that part. Also, you don't become an alcoholic the first time you picked up a substance like a beer. Okay? That's not how that works. What happened was you were having a badass day. Something happened to you, you were just having a bad day and you went to the bar. Or went and bought a 12-pack, whatever. And you drank it to push your feelings aside. And that's how the alcoholism began, is because you attached the emotion that you were experiencing in that moment to the substance. And so because of that, now we have an attachment. So if you can break the attachment of the emotion, the substance problem goes away. Okay. Plus, I want to create at-home rehabilitation centers. I think that it's easy to be sober when you're in a recovery house or jail. But it's when you get home, that's when the transformation happens. Just in case you guys wanted to know my big game plan here long term, just in case you guys cared. But back to you, Marlove. I got distracted. Okay, so I would change his story, right? So instead, I would start, if you don't want him to ever relapse again, then change how he looks at alcohol, right? Like, just be like, no, the thought of alcohol makes him want to vomit. It literally makes him want to vomit. In fact, he can't stand anyone who drinks. Unless you drink, of course, then don't say that one. But that's what I would do, is change that, because he would never relapse again if he changed how he looked at alcohol. Okay? What he thought about alcohol. Then he wouldn't relapse and you would have a great relationship. And then if there's gutter trash in the picture, he won't like her because she drinks. In fact, if there's gutter trash, guess what? She drinks a lot. She's got a drinking problem. But yeah, that's my goal based on my own experience, because I dealt with addiction decades ago. Don't want to age myself. Well, you don't know how old I am. But yeah, almost 2 decades ago, I dealt with addiction. But I don't have an addictive personality, actually. So I was that type that was just like, I'm all done. Literally. Yeah. And then I was all done. No rehab required for me. Like, none of that stuff required for me, because I was just like, done. That's actually my best-selling book. It's called Slipping Away. Because my goal is I speak at high schools, because it's a passion project of mine, because my goal is to help the parents know if their teenager is using drugs or alcohol. Because your kid's not stupid. They'll hide the drug itself, but not the other things, like cut up straws and all that shit. They won't hide that. So, and behavior and physical appearance changes, they can't hide that shit either. So that's always my goal. And by the way, in case you guys are curious, fun fact, and this is a firm assumption of mine, and it says it in my book, that where the cops go wrong is the cops want to sit there and tell you that weed is the gateway to drugs. No, it's not. No, it's not. Alcohol is the gateway to drugs. Because when people be drinking, they be willing to try all kinds of shit. Ask me how I know that. So, just saying. Just saying. So, when I go speak at high schools, what do you think I focus on? The complete opposite of what the cops focus on, right? They try to tell you what it does inside of your body. Nobody gives a shit. But I tell them what it does here. Oh, that they care about. Oh, that they care about. Oh, what the fuck? I hate when sometimes it moves everything up. Okay. Let's see here. Could I break things off with my SP and manifest that they come back but changed and who I desire? What the fuck would you do that for? I know I'm not gonna give you dumbass advice. Okay? But who the fuck puts, I'm cool with Joe putting emojis after her fucking name. But who the fuck just puts emojis as her name? Okay, I don't know your name. But could you break things off with your SP and manifest that they come back? Why would you do that? Like, why would you break things off with your SP when you could change who they are now? Okay? So you can change who they are right now. You don't need to, it's not this process, okay? It's not a process of, let me break up with him and then I'll manifest him to change. That's quite backwards, okay? People are manifesting their SPs back now because they don't have their SPs back. But I guarantee you, if you were to ask anybody on this live right now, if they knew what they knew now, when they were dating their SP, would they have done this work now to save their relationship, not have it end? You know what I mean? Like, every single one of these people would be like, no, I changed that shit on the spot, so therefore I would save my relationship, right? You want to save your relationship, not have it end, and then change who they are, because it's the same process. It's the same process, but now you got a whole ass mess. Okay? So it's like, why start over when you can just upgrade, right? We just want to upgrade. So just upgrade your SP. Be like, you know what, honey? I love you. And because I love you, I've decided you need a little bit of an upgrade. So I'm going to reprogram. I'm going to do the work now and reprogram. So therefore they show up a different person tomorrow. That's all you have to do. In fact, it should be quite easy for you. It should be quite fast and quite easy for you to do that because you're already in a relationship with your SP. See, because it's not hard to change your assumptions and what you want and expect from your SP when you're with them. See, this is where a lot of them, the viewers here, this is where they struggle because they're not with their SPs. So there was some kind of breakup involved. And they can't get past that. A lot of them can't get past how they view that person because of how they reacted at the end of their relationship. So because of that, and then after their relationship ended, they're having a hard time moving past that, which is why we work together. So therefore, they have to work a different direction versus you're already with your SP, bitch. What the fuck are you talking about? Just be like, insert new program here. Job done. Job done. Good night, honey. I'll see you tomorrow as my perfect person. That's all you have to do, right? Literally kiss them goodnight, knowing you're going to wake up to a whole brand new upgrade. Like, why go slice off my titties when I can just go get the implant? You know what I'm saying? So, that was the worst analogy ever, but that's all I got. See, D, he can't figure out if, as long as this is a problem with you guys. You guys got to watch the stories you're telling yourself, okay? He just needs to figure out his future. Do you care to know, D? Let me be completely honest with you. Do you care to know when he'll be committed to you? When he figures out his future. Why would you want that? Do you know some people spend their entire lives and have no fucking idea what they want in their future? So many people do that. When I was in college, in the brief time I went to college, because I'm so brilliant, I was in a rush to do my SATs because I had to go to work at the gym. And so I rushed through it. And let's not pretend. I'm not good at math at all anyway, okay? So I can use that as an excuse, but that would just be bullshit. And so I rushed through, and I placed so low on the SATs when it came to math that like I had to when I went to college, they were teaching me how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. And I was like, this is fucking stupid. I'm not. And what was sad is the older people in the class were raising their hands. Like they had questions. It's like, how the fuck do you live your life and not know how to add? That's what calculators are for. And so I was like, this is stupid. I'm not doing this. So literally I did all the classes except I need 2 years of math only. I have everything else done but math. And I was like, well, I guess no college degree for me. And I don't need one. But it was sad being in college and seeing people in there that are not working on degree number 1. They're like degree number 3. And I was like, do you just enjoy this shit? Like, you just enjoy going to fucking school every day? Like for years and years and years because you're on degree number 3? Like, what is that, 12 fucking years? That seems like a long ass time of school. And because they thought that's what they wanted to do for their future, figured out that that wasn't what they wanted, and now they're here to get another degree. So people can spend their entire lives not knowing what the hell, not figuring out their future. But if you tell yourself that, you're going to have to wait. So instead, why don't you tell a different story? Instead, why don't you say, actually, all he does is think about his future. He's got his entire future already mapped out. He knows he's got an entire plan for his future already. Why don't you tell yourself that shit instead? See what I'm saying? This is for a lot of you guys. As you guys act like their fucking mother. You act like their mother. Well, he just needs a little bit more drive and motivation in his life. How would you like it? How would you like it if somebody told your ass that? Hey, you know what? I think you need to figure out your future. I think you need to have a little bit more drive. I think you need to want to better your life. How the fuck would that make you feel if your SP told you that? But you bitches can't help yourself. You think it's carte blanche to tell them that they need to figure out their fucking life. Or you can be the supportive ass girlfriend and help them do it. Maybe you can be the supportive girlfriend and help them figure that shit out. And be like, well, what is it that you like doing? This is what I do. This is what I've done with my boyfriend. He found something he loves to do. So I encourage him to pursue that. I don't tell him he needs to figure out his future. That's fucking rude. But you're not alone, D. There's a fair amount of you that right now want to act, you're trying to act like their mother. Well, I have news for you. No one wants to date their mother, do they? Do you want to date your father? I hope not. So then what do you look like telling them that shit? What do you look like lecturing them about their life when you can tell a different story and be like, no, actually, he knows exactly what he wants to do in his future. He's got it all planned out. And his future includes me in that shit. I'm telling you guys gotta start doing things differently because you're about to push that man right about the door, D. If you keep telling me he needs to figure out his future. Persisting in the news story of cooking neighborhood. Kyla, did you text him? Is that what you're saying? If you did, problem. Okay. If you did, not a problem, sorry. But only, let me say this. If you sent him a text, it's not a problem, only if you're being completely honest with yourself. Okay? This is where I think people take Delulu to a whole nother level. Okay? You need to be honest with yourself, though, and say, do I actually know if he would respond if I texted? And do I know how he would respond? Okay? And if he didn't respond, well, it depends on, first of all, it depends on how long ago that text was. And second of all, it depends on, it depends on what that text said. We'll start with the obvious. And then the third is, are you persisting in perfect boyfriend? But be honest with yourself. Okay? Because he would have responded assuming you weren't fucking forcing the 3D. Okay? Even if you guys know how they're going to respond, you can't force a 3D, okay? You can't blow his shit up or send him a text being like, hey, I just want to let you know that I miss you and I love you. And, you know, I hope you're having a great day, but I really want to be together. You can't do that shit. Because that's forcing the 3D. It's all done here. But Kyla, we're going to do the photo method in a minute, so we'll test your theory. Okay? We'll test your theory. Because if you're persisting in perfect boyfriend, he should text you back. If that's what you're actually expecting. If you're expecting perfect boyfriend and you're in the knowing that he's my perfect boyfriend, then he should text you back on the spot. So we'll test your theory. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with it, but this is feedback, right? Everything's feedback to say, okay, he didn't, so, or he did, great. If he didn't, it's like, okay, so somewhere I'm not being honest with myself. Good, AJ. What legal matter? Nick, what legal matter? It's already been resolved. This whole thing's already been resolved. We're good. We're Gucci. Mar, both. I'm going to go with A and B for the win, please. Okay. Matthew, it's like you know me, but I don't drink tequila. Unless I'm in Mexico. Mexico's the only time I drink tequila, unless it's in a fucking margarita. But this is actually coffee. But let's not pretend. Later, it will be vodka. So, Mar, repeating affirmations is good to keep your thoughts in check because it doesn't matter what you listen to at night. If throughout the day you're having a bitch party in your mind and you're bitching and moaning and groaning in your mind, doesn't matter if you just repeated it doesn't matter if you played your affirmations on a loop while you sleep. Affirmations on a loop while you sleep are greatly beneficial because you're in SATs, right? State akin to sleep. Your conscious mind goes to sleep when you do. And your subconscious mind is wide awake, right? It never sleeps. So when you have your affirmations playing, it goes directly in your subconscious mind, which is where it needs to go, okay? Repetition, like repeating affirmations throughout the day, are designed to keep your mind in check. Okay, it's designed to keep your mind in check. You don't have to necessarily firm your life away, but you need to get really good at flipping your thoughts. And then I'm impatient, so I repeat my shit because therefore I don't have to worry about flipping my thoughts. Right? If I'm like, he's always calling and he's obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about. He's always calling and texting me. I don't have time if I can think outside of that. Okay, you don't have time to think outside of that. Which is why I got my manifestation rather quickly because I didn't have a bad assumption of my SP, right? I didn't look at him like an asshole. I always said he's a great guy, like he is. Like I never took that from him because I would have been lying to myself, right? And unfortunately, a lot of you guys are lying to yourself. Ooh, we should get into that shit. A lot of you guys are lying to yourself when it comes, no, Joe, we're still gonna hop on a call because I need to talk to you, right? So no, is spell work bad? You already know I'll be fucking 100% honest. I think spell work is, well, depends on what you believe. Depends on what you believe. I personally think spell work is bullshit. I think it's bullshit. I've tried it. Well, I dabbled in spell work, if you will. I wasn't going to go bring my ass around fucking town to spirituality shops and buy all the weird shit that they tell you need to have. You know what I'm saying? Because some of them be like on some weird shit where they want 55 ingredients to do a spell, or it's like random things. And I was like, I'm not going to do all that. So if I can't find that shit at my local Hobby Lobby, I'm good. Find me, find me one that I can do that requires the least amount of effort. And it never worked. It never worked. So I don't think you need to do spell work, right? I don't think you need to do spell work, but again, everything's based on your assumptions. So if you do actually have the assumption that spell work works, I'm not gonna say it's a bad thing unless you're like trying to cast a spell for somebody to, you know, jump off a cliff and kill themselves. Then yeah, that's bad things, and we don't want that, right? I don't believe in karma, but I don't also believe that we should, you know, wish harm to anybody either. So I don't think it's a bad thing. But if you do believe in spell work, if you do believe that spells are powerful and they work, then it will work. I don't think you should go to a spell caster. Let's not kid ourselves. No, I don't think you should fucking hire somebody that you saw on TikTok that's like, hey, I'll cast the love spell for you. I think that's fucking bullshit. And so I wouldn't do that. But I think if you want to like go dabble in the spell work magic in your own home, I don't think, see, maybe it's just me, but I would do that shit just for fucking fun. Like, I don't actually think it's going to work, right? Or, I mean, I guess I want it to work, right? Why else would I do it? That's fucking stupid. It's kind of like that, where they'll say like for money, they'll be like, go get a bay leaf and write down the dollar amount that you want to manifest, right? That you want to bring about. And then go ahead and burn the bay leaf until there's no more bay leaf. I did that shit. I never got the money, but I did it religiously. And I did think it was going to work. Why the fuck else would I almost burn my fucking fingers off? I had to go get tweezers. It took me a while before I realized tweezers would be better. But I don't think you need any of that shit. I definitely don't hire somebody off of fucking YouTube or TikTok to do your spell casting. Yeah, you be careful out there. Do that shit yourself. At least you know you're actually doing it. Okay? Like, I feel like if you hire a spellcaster on fucking TikTok, how do you know they did it? You know what I'm saying? How do you even know that they casted the spell? You're just supposed to fucking take their word for it? It's the biggest scam in the world. Where the fuck is James? Where's James at? James hasn't even been here. Because I was like, hey, Ren. Because we would always joke, and I said, I'll cast you a spell. You want me to cast you a spell? You want me to give you a psychic reading? I'll go ahead and offer psychic readings for you, and I will give you the best psychic reading of your life. I'll tell you everything you want to hear. Everything you want to hear, especially if you believe in psychic readings. Right? If you believe what the psychic tells you, then I'm going to give you the best psychic reading of your life. So maybe you'll, you know, manifest a shit. Maybe there's that. Because if you believe in it, then I would tell you everything you want to hear. I wouldn't tell you what you don't want to hear, because then that's fucking rude. That's my business. Miss Jar Jar, what? You haven't texted me? Girl, shoot that to the top. I love you. If he's married, do I say we're back together, or he wants me back and he wants to be my perfect partner? No. Justin, you never... Ren, amen to you. Amen to you. If he's married... Okay. You never want to word an affirmation with want. Because want creates more want. And as long as you believe he wants something, well, we want a lot of shit. But do you get it? No, some things you don't. Because you want something, right? So instead it's, we're back together right now. Like, or we're getting back together right now. You can say we're getting back together right now. He'll do anything to be with me right now. We have the perfect relationship right now. Any of that stuff. right? But there's no want involved in wording your affirmations, because want creates want. Yes, Patriot. Pause. Okay. Yes, Patriot. I do. No, it's exclusive to only women, because I'm really big into women empowerment. I'm just kidding. Of course. Actually, I'm excited about that, about men being into manifestation, right? Wanting to manifest their wives back. That's why I do what I do, is if I can help people save their marriage, why wouldn't I want to do that? It only takes one person to save a marriage. It doesn't take two. So as long as one person saves the marriage, we're good. We're Gucci. We're golden. That's all it is. So if I can manifest something huge, that I can manifest fucking whatever I want. I had somebody unblocked on social media in 72 hours. That's as far as I took it with that person. But they were unblocked within 72 hours. So, because here's why, here's where you got to be careful with content you're consuming too. Because some people will contradict themselves without realizing they're contradicting themselves. Where they'll be like, you can change somebody's story, right? They'll tell you, if they're in your reality, you can change their story, but you can't manifest for someone else. Ain't that the same shit? Ain't that the same shit? If I could change somebody's story, why can't I manifest for somebody else? It's fucking stupid. I've done it numerous times. And so the reason it actually works rather quickly is because I don't have any resistance to your SP, right? What resistance do I have? I don't even know them, right? So that's where it actually happens rather quickly, because I have no resistance to your SP, like you, right? Because you're in your reality. You love this person. You have a history with this person. I don't even know him, right? So because of that, as long as I have a picture of your SP, it's very quick, because I don't care one way or another, right? In a sense, that's the resistance part I was talking about. I absolutely care that you get your fucking SPs back, but there's no resistance because it doesn't affect me, if that makes sense, right? So that's where when somebody asked me if I could manifest something that was quite large, I had never done anything like that before, but I was like, well, fuck, I love a good challenge. But I didn't have any resistance to it because it didn't have anything to do with me. Okay, so because of that, within 72 hours, that shit manifested. And I had only told one person, somebody I trust, what I was manifesting for someone. And she said she almost fell out of her fucking chair when she when she found out that it manifested. I can't talk about it, but when she found out it manifested, she goes, I thought of you immediately. Was like, holy shit. I was like, I know. It's easy, actually, when you don't have any resistance. So that's why I work so fast. Yeah. I don't know when my SP will be here, but one thing is for sure, it's Mar, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? I don't know when my SP will be here. What are you talking about? Your SP is here right now. Like, have you not been paying attention? Have you not been paying attention? Your SP is not, you don't know when your SP is going to be here. Well, he's never going to be here unless you know he's on his way. Like, he's packing his fucking bags. He's coming home to mama or papa. Okay, you need to have that expectation. You need to expect that they're here now, that they're changing now, that they're coming around now, that they're going to contact you now. Do you get the trend? Everything is now. It's the knowing, it's the expectation that manifests. That's all it is. It's once you have the expectation, that's what shows up. So if you don't know, that's not an expectation, which guess what? Until you decide you want to know, well, Houston, we have a fucking problem. Okay? Okay. So let's go ahead and pull out your pictures of your SPs, guys. Yes, CC. Yes. If he needs to figure out his life, you affirm that it's part of your story when you're describing him, right? We don't want to get stuck on this. I have 25,000 affirmations. We don't want to get stuck on that. But it's how you describe this person. So you want to describe, you want to add that into your description of him is like, no, he has his entire life figured out with me. And he knows exactly what he wants to do for his future. Like, he is so excited for our future together, right? It's that type of stuff. That goes in your description of your SP. It's not something you would have to affirm. Okay. A lot of this stuff is not something you would have to affirm. You know, you should be affirming a couple things for you and your SP, but mainly it's how you describe their ass. Do you want them to be a loser their entire life, or do you want them to have their shit together? Well, you know what? He absolutely has his shit together now. In fact, he knows exactly what he wants to do for a career. Matter of fact, he just got his dream career. Like, he is super excited to build a life with me. Okay? Okay, hold your questions, guys, so you don't get distracted, because we all know I get distracted. You don't necessarily have to write your affirmations down. I do. I have them on a notepad in my phone. And a lot of people do, just so I can be like, oh yeah, this is the one I'm doing right now. Oh yeah, this is the one I'm doing. Yeah. I'd prefer a photo and of course a name. We'll start there. I don't need your photo, okay? Because that's why we jump on a quick call. I don't care about your photo. I'm not manifesting you. Absolutely, girl. Okay. So, we definitely don't. Yeah. If I have the photo of your, Shanae, shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut up. Yours would be easy. I'll have that man conformed in 24 hours, bitch. Someone's got to do the shit for you. Someone's got to do it for you, bitch. But, okay, so everyone's got the phone. Everyone's got their... You should have gotten an email, Taz. You should have gotten an email. If not, in the WhatsApp group, if you can reach out to one of my admins, they have my phone number, and they'll give it to you. Okay, all right, you got your photos out. Okay, so we have to start expecting perfect... Shanae, fucking listen up, bitch. We need to start selecting perfect boyfriend. And we have to get good at that, okay? We have to get good at that. Okay, so here's what I need you to do, okay? You're going to sit here. Yeah, if you're overseas, you'll send a WhatsApp. I love you too, CC. You'll send a WhatsApp if you're overseas. Yeah, people are people. People are people. I don't put no celebrity above me in my own goddamn house. So you ain't got to worry about that shit. Okay, so here's what you have your photo out. So I want you to go back in time. We're going to go down memory lane. We're going to go into old story for a minute, okay? So you're going to go into old story and you're going to remember the time when everything is perfect in your relationship. Okay? We want everything in your life is perfect with your SP. I want you to go back and I want you to remember got it, Taz. Got it. Okay, I want you to go back when everything in your life is perfect with your SP. I want you to remember your SP. Take one hard look at your SP. And I want you, this is not a visualization exercise, okay? But I want you to remember how he made you feel. How did your SP make you feel? How did he treat you? If I would have called you up when everything in your life was perfect with your SP, and I would have called you up and been like, hey, bestie, how are you and your boyfriend? What would you have said? How do you see him? How did you see him? in that moment. Forget who he currently is today. It's completely irrelevant. We're only focused on who he was for you. Okay? Who he was for you. Go back. Remember that. Remember that. Hold that feeling that you get, right, that you have right now, thinking about how perfect your SP is for you. Hold that feeling. If it causes an emotion, that's okay. It doesn't matter. Okay, we're going to hold that feeling of the perfect SP for you. Your perfect boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, or wife. The guy who checked all the boxes. Your perfect person. Now I want you to bring that version of your SP into your current reality now. Your perfect version, your perfect SP is here with you right now. That is who he is right now for you. That is who he is always for you. And he's showing up as your perfect person right now. Right now. Hold that feeling. Remember who they are, because that's who they are right now for you. Okay? You're going to hold on to that, because if you went and you did what I just told you, and you brought your perfect person into your current reality, into the point of now, who they are for you right now, that person still exists. And so you just brought them back into your current reality, into your 3D. So it should be simple enough for you to expect that version of your SP. You just brought them back. They're here now. So if you just brought them back and they're here now, then you should expect them to text you, to contact you, want to come see you, to want to be with you. Because they did then. So why wouldn't they now? They're waiting. They are literally waiting by their phone right now for you to give them permission to contact you. But they can't contact you until you give them permission to do so. And the only way you can give them permission to do so is by expecting that from them. That's the only way you're giving them permission. So I want you right now to expect that behavior from your perfect person. Expect that from them right now. Now you have their photo. I want you to take a look at their photo. First of all, if you are new here, you're going to put on your crown. If you are not new here, then your crown should always be on, because we don't take our crowns off around here. We wear them every day, 24/7. We're on the pedestal. So as a queen and as a king, you're going to give a command. You're going to command your SP to do exactly what you expect them to do for you. And king and queens, when they give a command, they expect it to be done. They don't question it. They don't need to check. They don't need to do anything. They just know, I gave the command. They have to do it. And your perfect person you brought into current reality, he's here for you right now. So that same knowing is what you're going to do now. Okay? So now you have their photo. So I want you to give your commands. If you're in no contact, and I don't give a shit about no circumstances because none of that matters. If you are in no contact with your SP, or you're in contact but it is not consistent contact, then you're going to look at their picture and you're going to tell them. You can say you're texting, calling, or contacting me. However they contact you naturally is exactly how it will happen. So if you tell them, you're calling me right now, if they're not a caller and they're a texter, they're going to send you a text. Doesn't matter. Who gives a shit? Okay? So you're going to say, you're texting me right now. If you're alone, say it out loud. Say it with a little bit more of a command. Don't yell at them. Just say it like a little bit more backbone. Did I ask you, Angelina, about the circumstances? I'm pretty sure I said they don't fucking matter. Okay? So, on top of that, if you're not alone, then say it in your mind. Doesn't matter. Okay? But you're going to tell them, you're texting me right now. 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 Okay, you're going to do that while we're on a break so I can go to the bathroom. Okay? If you're in constant contact with your SP, meaning you talk all the time, okay, then you're going to move to the next step. One, you can prove yourself and prove the power that you have and tell them to do the same thing, and they'll do it instantly. And then you take it a step further. Or you can move to the next step and say, Christina, did I ask you, bitch, what your circumstance was? I didn't ask any of you fucking people what your circumstances were. Did I? I did not. So I don't give a shit, but we'll talk about that shit when we come back from the break. Okay, so if you're in constant contact with them, you're going to move to the next step and you can say, you're coming to see me today. 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 Okay? Now, if you are in a relationship with your SP, then you can command them to do whatever the hell you want them to do. So if you want them to cook dinner for you tonight, then you're going to tell them, you're cooking dinner for me tonight. You're cooking dinner for me tonight. You're cooking dinner for me tonight. Okay? You want a little, hanky-panky? Then command them that. You're making love to me tonight. You're making love to me tonight. You're making love to me tonight. Okay? That's all you gotta do. Yes, sir. We'll talk about that when we get back from the break. Okay? So that's what you guys are gonna do. You're gonna wear your crown and you're going to expect them to do exactly what you're telling them to do. They don't have a choice. If you will expect perfect boyfriend, the one that you just went back in time and brought here to your current reality into your 3D right now, then they will do what you expect them to do. So right now, we need to start expecting contact. We need to start expecting something different than what you're currently expecting. Okay? All right. Get busy. And expect them to contact you. Hey, hey. Well, I just got your text, by the way, or your message. And we are back. I know you feel good. I know you feel good. Okay? Because that's what this is all about. Okay? It's all about it's just about simply doing things differently. Bayside babe, no you fucking haven't. No you haven't. No you haven't. Like, let's be honest with ourselves. Okay? Let's just be honest with ourselves for a quick hot second. You have not been expecting contact since August. Do you know how fucking long ago that was? Do you know how long ago that was? If you were actually expecting contact and expecting perfect boyfriend, you would not be still waiting for contact. He would have contacted you a long time ago. A long time ago. Okay? So, there's that part. So, this is where the honesty comes into play. Okay? Is if you guys keep lying to yourselves, it's impossible for you to get anywhere because you're not persisting in perfect boyfriend or girlfriend. Okay? You need to persist in that. No matter what happens, no matter how wrong you think they are in the moment, like, or how you don't like how they're talking to you in the moment, so fucking what? So what? This is where you act like an adult comes into play. Okay? So what? I don't care. Do you think I care? I don't care. I don't care if we have a disagreement or if he's angry or if he doesn't like something I did. It's not that I don't care. Of course, I always care about that, right? Because I respect him and I love him. So I'm going to care about his feelings. But I'm not going to I'm not going to beat myself up over it. I'm not going to grovel and do all that. I'm just going to say, like, if you have a disagreement and you feel like, if you look at it as an adult and say, is there any validity to what he's saying? No, okay, I was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. That's called acting like an adult. Okay, and saying, yeah, okay, he's wrong. He's right. I shouldn't have done that. So I'll apologize and keep pushing. And in here, control my thoughts about it. That's all you need to do. Okay, that's all you need to fucking do. Is because this is evolution. You're evolving as a person. Okay? So you have to grow up. You have to grow up. You can't react to everything. You guys can't even control reacting to shit on social media. You can't stop reacting to being left on red. Like, come on. That shit is fucking childish bullshit. Yes, hey, I saw it. I will respond as soon as I'm done with my coaching calls after my live today. Okay? If you are new here, my name is Jen, obviously. I'm your manifestation bestie, and I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption to work in your favor. Okay? If you're interested in one-on-one coaching with me, where it is a superpower of mine, I did manifest my SP back from no contact to fully living with me in 4 weeks. So if you want to know how you can get that shit right and tight, so you can get your SP, and I give you a plan, we recreate them on the spot, we do all that good, glorious stuff to help you stay on track, then go ahead and sign up for one-on-one coaching with me. If you want me to manifest your SP back for you because you can't seem to get a grip, then don't worry. I got your back too. I'm actually very good at it. Okay? Also, if you are interested in joining our WhatsApp community, it is free right now. Okay? Until I get around to adding my one automation. Clearly it wasn't. Clearly it wasn't a priority. But it is going to be turning into it's going to be $7 a month, but we're going to be doing monthly challenges. We're going to be having happy hour together. We're going on Zoom. I'm going to be doing exclusive member Q&As. I don't like where you ask questions and I make videos. That's fucking stupid. So instead, there's no interaction there, right? So instead, we're going to jump on a Zoom call together. It'll probably be on a weekend, to be quite honest. Because it will help you guys out if you have a job. And you can ask any questions and you can do any of that stuff. And I will answer them for you. And then I'm going to be filming exclusive content only for the WhatsApp community. Okay. So, if you get in now, then don't worry about it because you won't pay anything. Okay? If you don't and you procrastinate, like you're procrastinating about your SP, then you will have to pay. Okay? Okay. And so also I go live here every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you ever miss a live, don't even trip. Buttercup. I put them on my YouTube channel so you can watch them there. And I like I tell you guys, go ahead and just let it play. Mute the speakers. I don't give a shit. Help me get my watch hours up so I can help more people realize that how to leverage the law for them, right? To get them to realize that a lot of this content they be consuming is bullshit and it doesn't work. Okay? I don't parrot, never Goddard, or the law of assumption. I teach you how to leverage the law, right? How to bend the law. Okay, you get in, all links are in my bio. Okay, so go ahead and click the bio, the link in the bio. Okay, and I will go ahead and all links are in there. All right, okie dicks. All right, I do have to now, because of some drama that happened, unnecessary childish behavior, I did have to add a form in the front of joining the WhatsApp group. So you cannot join the WhatsApp community unless you complete the form and check that little box that says you agree to the community guidelines. Okay? Because I try to put in, and I'm going to be much more active in that WhatsApp group, but me and my admins put in a lot of work in that group. So I'm not going to tolerate somebody coming in there and giving false stories to people trying to get clients. I don't do that. So I don't tolerate that nonsense either. And the only one I am actually going to be bringing on, spoiler alert, I am actually going to be bringing on another coach, okay, that is going to be able to help you guys, but don't trip because she's actually manifested her fucking SP back, okay? You should only work with people who have done it. Just saying. Okay, that's simply, I don't teach things I have never done. I would never teach anything I haven't done before. Okay, so it just gives me the ick feeling. And I don't think you guys should be learning or consuming content from somebody who hasn't done the shit either. Because that's not, they can't teach you how to get something back. They can't teach you how to manifest your SP back if they haven't done it. You know what I'm saying? Like the proof is in the pudding. You're going to hire somebody to teach you how to be a millionaire that's not a millionaire. That's fucking stupid, right? You're going to hire a personal trainer that's overweight to train you to how to have a six pack? No. So manifestation is no different. Manifestation is no different. Okay, you have, and depending upon what you're manifesting, no, doodles, no. Well, technically, yes. I mean, technically, yes. But she's done it, and she has a passion for helping people do the same, and that's what this is all about. Okay. Hey, Chan, that's what this is all about, right? Is somebody that's passionate about helping people, but it's going to help them the right way, right? It's going to help them manifest the right way because we know what works, you know, and not being like, well, this made me feel good, so I'm going to start teaching people how to do that shit. That's fucking stupid, okay? And so that's where, for you guys got to watch out, right? I can manifest. I started teaching manifestation when it came to weight loss, but why? Lisa, if you're on here, bitch, I'll slide you in. I'll slide you in. Okay. But if you're, you know, and I want somebody that's passionate about helping people. Lisa, I just answered you, bitch. I said, I will slide you in. You're welcome. So it's things like that, right? Where I stand by integrity and I'll run my business by nothing but ethics. Okay. I won't do anything else. I started teaching on weight loss when it came to manifestation. Why? Because I lost over 100 pounds in about 11 months, no diet, no exercise. So I can teach on it, right? I've built a thriving business. It wasn't the business I lived, which is why I don't do it anymore, but I built a 7-figure business. So I can teach you how to do that. Okay. I've manifested boatloads of money, so I can teach you how to do that, right? But I would never, ever come on and sell you pipe water in a fucking dream, and I've never done it. That's fucking stupid. That's dumb. And so that's not what we're about here. So I definitely made sure I vetted. I didn't have to vet, let's be honest. I trust my admins, the ones that I have now. Okay, and so yeah. And she has an equal desire to help people, right? To help people manifest their SPs back, to help people bring people back together, right? To have love. And so anyone that shares my passion, because that's why we do what we do, and has done it herself, then I'll bring her on. And she's got a dope little accent, guys. So there's that part. Okay. We're mapping that out. Okay. But anyway, don't trip. Okay. So let's get AJ. I'm on it, bitch. I'm on it. I am on it. Okay. But you will know, doodles, you will know, okay? Nobody in my WhatsApp, do not ever buy into. If anyone has messaged you on WhatsApp saying that I gave them permission to coach you, that is a lie. Okay, that is a lie. And I'm just telling you guys, I have to tell you guys this for the next 7 fucking days because of the drama that popped off. I would never do that, okay? And so don't buy into it. They didn't come for me. You guys will know when she's a coach because I will announce it, right? She'll be on my live with me. So therefore you'll know, okay? You're not going to take somebody's WhatsApp message word as gold, okay? Instead, you'll know because she'll be on my live because I'll introduce her to you guys. Duh. Okay? So if you don't hear from me, that shit is not true. Okay? Because I don't think you guys forget that I have no problem not sugarcoating shit. Okay? Okay, dokie. Every time I saw a car like his today, I told him he's contacting me right now. I love that, Dawn. I love that. And you'll notice that you start to see more of his car. Yeah. My boyfriend has a very distinctive car. And every time I would see the model of his car, I would assign a meaning to it. I've never seen the color of his car, but any car that was his, I would always assign the meaning I wanted to. You guys should be assigning the meaning to everything. Got it, doodles? Got it. Everything should only have the meaning that you want it to mean. Okay, so you need to understand this. Apparently, I'm going to have to open up more time slots. So if you join and you can't for some reason get a time slot before like the weekend, let me know. Okay, I can see if I can slide you in. But I will open up some more time spots because I don't want you guys signing up and having to wait fucking 2 weeks. Who the hell wants to do that? Not me. And because you're my people, I know you don't either. Okay? Okie dokie. So let's see here. Why can't you get in the WhatsApp group? Bah. Did I fuck up the connection? I don't think I did. I'm pretty sure I didn't. But if you want, send me a DM, okay? And I'll go ahead and send you the link to the WhatsApp group. But it should be working. I'm pretty sure it should be working. Pretty sure. Okay, cool. So it's working. But if you need the link sent, then they will send you that. I'll send you the WhatsApp group link. Yeah, I need to add on the forms, what is your TikTok names, right? Because if you guys message me, I prefer to know your TikTok names too, because that's exactly how I save your ass on my phone. I mean, in my defense, it's your name and then your TikTok name. So I know who you guys are, unless you're boring like Lisa. I'm just kidding. Oh God, I should definitely not be sending you to the Apple. The Apple store, Lisa. Hey, you know, you guys, everything should be a sign, okay? Everything should be a sign. Everything only has the meaning you want it to mean. So it's like, they send you a text. I don't care if that text is like, stop talking to me. Be like, he is so in love with me. Jesus Christ, he's so in love with me. Because you have to constantly remind yourself this. Your subconscious mind does not have eyes. So it doesn't know what you're looking at. So you could stalk your SP social media till you're blue in the face. It doesn't matter. It has no idea what you're looking at. All it knows is the thoughts you tell yourself. So if you want to stalk his social media and you want to continue to tell yourself, oh, he's got a girlfriend. Ew, who the fuck is that bitch? Well, that's what it heard. That's what it knows. And your subconscious mind only has one job, and that is to prove you right. So what is it you want to be proven right about? Because either way it goes, you're going to be right. So you need to discipline yourself so you're only being proven right about what the fuck you want to be proven right about. Who the heck wants to walk around town and be proven right about all the shit they don't want? I don't. I don't at all. So I'm going to discipline my mind and I'm going to stay in my mind palace and focus on what I want. So therefore I'm proven right about that shit and not proven right about what an asshole he is. Did I forget to tell you guys that I got attacked yesterday? Yep, I got attacked by my phone. Seriously though. I don't know why I put my phone at the edge of the washer. I don't know why. Like I couldn't have put it on the fucking table, right? But no. I put it on the edge of the washer. And I have like one of these, where is it? Like one of these like things here, right? So it like is bulky. I don't even know why I have that. I've never used it. But so it's like, it's off balance, right? And it fell off the washer. And it fucking fell right on like my pinky toe. But like not on my pinky toe. That would have just been normal. Instead it fell like in between. Bam. That shit hurt so bad. And then I tried to go to the grocery store today and I put on tennis shoes. I like walked outside and I turned my little happy ass back around and went and put on flip-flops. Because I was like, I thought I was going to die. So my toe is bruised in the middle. It's like all like bruised here and then all puffy here. So I'm going to have to revise that because it just is not the vibe at all. So I'm going to have to revise that. and be like, what toe injury? My toe feels fine. In fact, it looks totally normal. That's what I'm going to do while I'm doing my nails later. Oh, man. At this point, I was like, I would have rather have my phone drop on the goddamn floor. You see his past jobs and billboard and his name everywhere. Good, Dominique. Channel that. You'll notice that the more you think about SP in a way that you want, like we were talking about it last night. We were talking about it yesterday, right? Is that when people go to bed and they have affirmations playing for them and their SP, or like when I go to bed, for the past couple weeks, I'll like affirm as I'm falling asleep. You'll notice that your SP starts showing up in your dreams consistently. Because that's your reprogramming. So you need to assign it the meaning that you want. You don't need to decipher the dream. I never deciphered a dream. Instead, I was like, all I focused on is the fact that I dreamt about that he was in my dream last night, right? I wasn't like, well, I mean, granted, he was stabbing me in my sleep. I mean, I don't think I've ever had a dream like that, but you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you'll have like weird dreams like that. And so instead, you all can't help yourself and you're like, what does this mean? It means whatever the fuck you want it to mean. How about that? It means whatever you want it to mean. So instead, say what you want it to mean. Like, no, that means he's coming. Yeah, my manifestation is here. My manifestation is here. I used to tell myself that is, oh, anything that was a sign like, oh shit, my manifestation is here. Like, it's literally here. I better get ready. And then it would come, right? That's what you have to do. There's no other way around it. There's no other way. There's no sidestepping and cutting fucking corners and being like, that's going to work. Unless you create the assumption. But again, it has to be an assumption. Okay? You can't just tell yourself something one time and be like, it's going to manifest unless it's negative. A lot of shit manifests quickly that's negative because you only thought about it once. Right? But I want us to have a good time. So I want you guys to pick something, okay? I want you to pick something. And Bob, what the fuck are you talking about? You're trying to get into a WhatsApp community, but then say you don't have WhatsApp. Well, that's why it's taking you to the Apple fucking store. So you need to download WhatsApp. Yeah, sing his car over and over again. That's right, Doodles. That's right. You can literally Sure, Andrea. I'm here at your disposal, girl. Oh, at least I love that for you. I love that for you, and I hope you're leveraging the children. Because they're very connected to you, right? They're very connected to you, so you can easily leverage the children to bend in your favor. I'm telling you, my toe fucking hurts. How do I get out of reality when I have his truck, dogs, clothes, and everything else, and I have a job for the farm? Well, wait. What the fuck, Matthew? What are you talking about? Didn't you say that you're manifesting your husband back? Isn't that what you literally said? So you don't need to get out of the reality where you have all his shit in your home. Okay? Why would you? Oh. You're saying because you have a job in May, where are you going to have to, where I'm guessing you're going to have to relocate? So fucking what? You are manifesting your husband back. So instead, you should be doing exactly what one of my other clients is doing, getting things organized and ready. There's two clients actually that are doing that. One is packing up. She's moving. She's actually relocating, which I understand why, because no offense. Who the fuck wants to live in Alabama? No offense, when you can live on the West Coast. I'm just saying, just my opinion. And it's different if you're from Alabama, right? But to go from the West Coast there, I'd have to have a really good reason, like a really solid reason to go. Because we're city girls, right? If you're a city girl, you're a fucking city girl. But anyway, so she's actually packing up her stuff. But she's packing up her stuff and his together, right? And being like, bedroom, this, that, right? I have another one of our clients. She has she's manifesting her husband back. So she started cleaning up. She started cleaning up stuff. So here's what I want you to do, Matthew. Okay? This is for anybody who's married. This is for anybody in general. We talked about this yesterday. Okay? And so I told her to do this, is where somewhere, and you all know this by your SP, especially if they lived with you, okay? Where's somewhere that you know they like to sit? Right? We all have our, let's not pretend. It's kind of like, do you switch sides of the bed every night? You know your ass doesn't. No, we're creatures of habit, right? So you don't sit on different areas of your couch every day. Typically not. Typically it's like, that's my fucking spot. In fact, when somebody sits there, you're like, excuse me, that's my spot. At least that's how I am. Like, same with the bed, right? Same with the bed is we have our side of the bed we sleep on, right? So a lot of you guys forget this shit. You'll have like a bunch of crap on your bed. Well, how the fuck can he come home? How in the hell can your SP be sleeping next to you if you ain't got no room for him to sleep next to you because you got clothes all over your fucking bed? I'm personally not that way. I can't do that. I have to have a clean bed, like nothing on it. So that's just me. But some people apparently are not like that. My bestie, she's not like that. She piles all her shit up on the side of the bed and then ends up knocking it all to the ground and then has to rewash it. I don't know why she does all that work. But so what you can do, Matthew, is imagine him sitting in the spot, right? Like, you don't have to visualize if you don't want to, but you can imagine him sitting in wherever he sits, typically on the couch. Maybe he constantly sits at the kitchen table somewhere and so forth. So what you can do is you can sit there, because we talked about the lady who did this yesterday. We talked yesterday about the lady who did this to get her husband back, right? When he said he wanted a divorce. And you could imagine him sitting there and just have a conversation with them. Just literally have a conversation with them about like how you would have done if he came home from work, right? So it's not like you're sitting there confessing your love to him. It's like, walk him through your day. You know, what did you do today? How was your day going? Blah, 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 right? And doing things like that. And maybe even if something funny happened to you, like laugh, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. And do that every single day, as if you're talking to your SP because he's home. Because why wouldn't your husband come home? Okay? And so I want you to do that. I want you to do that. I think that'll really help you. Also, you don't need to get out of the reality where you have all his shit. Why wouldn't you want to, unless you don't want to be with him, right? And if you didn't want to be with him, then you'd fucking call his ass up and be like, yo, come get your shit. You know what I'm saying? But you know you do want to be with him. So it's like, you know you want your husband back. So instead it's like, no, of course, again, positive meaning. Okay? I love you too, Matthew. Positive meaning to everything, right? So you have to look at it this way. I don't think somebody who leaves other shit at your fucking home, like even a truck, like it's like, we're not talking like he left a drawer full of shit, you know, or like the fact that he like literally looks like he never even left. That's what you need to hold on to, because you started this whole discussion here today saying he ghosted you. I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. Like all his shit is at your place. You know why it's at your place? Because they're coming home. Because he's coming home. Why would he move all his stuff out? There's no need to when he's coming home. So when are you going to decide to let him come home? Because he's waiting. He's waiting right now for you to let your husband come home. When are you going to let him come home? That's all of you. Every one of you, I tell you, you need to act like my boyfriend, my girlfriend, my husband, my wife is standing at the fucking front porch knocking on my door. When am I going to open it up and let him back in? They're waiting for you right now. Every second of every day, they're waiting for you to let them home, to let them be with you. When are you going to decide to allow them to do that? They're waiting right now for you to let them be your perfect person. Let them be your perfect boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. When are you going to decide to let them be that person? Again, for you. When are you going to decide that? Because you're in control of all of this. So it's like, if you remind yourself that every single day, I want you guys to remind yourself that every single day that they are waiting for me. They are literally waiting for me to let them come home. They're waiting for me to let them reach out to me and contact me again. They're waiting for me to let them love me again. They're waiting for me to be perfect for me again. So what the fuck is your problem? Because they're waiting for you to let them be everything that you want them to be for you. You need to remember that. You're lucky I don't have a bruise here with as many times I gotta do this shit. You need to start remembering that. They're literally waiting for you to let them come home. You're the only reason they're not home. You're the only reason they haven't came home yet. You're the only reason they're not contacting you. Because you're not disciplining yourself and focused only on what you want, the person that you want for you. That's the only thing they're waiting on. They can't change until you give them permission to change, until you change them through your thoughts. They can't contact you until you start expecting them to contact you. They cannot come home and want to be with you until you start expecting a relationship with this person. That's all you have to do. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, it's easy, because it's not at first. I get that, because I was where you are, which is why I don't just parrot shit and tell you you got to do this and act like I was never where you were. No, I know what it's like to cry on your couch all night fucking long. I know what it's like to be all in your thought space and to be moping around. I know what that is like. I know what it's like to want to contact your SP, but their number changed and you can't. when I know what it's like to be where you're at, to cry, to hope, to want something different, and then to buy into all this bullshit that's on the internet that tries to sell you pipe water to a fucking dream, and then have none of that shit work. I also know what that's like too, because I did that shit for 7 months. I shut my life down when this first happened because at the time, I didn't see it coming at all because we were perfect. Never argued. We still don't argue. We have disagreements from time to time, but we never argue. And so he was perfect. I at the time never saw it coming. So it completely sideswiped me. And I had a really hard time dealing with that because he checked all the boxes. Like, he was perfect. He was totally opposite than everybody I'm used to dating. Like, literally totally opposite. But that's what I loved. Because clearly, my track record wasn't good. So, I decided I wanted to try everything that I could. I literally shut down my life and just did hours of fucking law of attraction techniques before I finally got a grip and realized this is fucking wasting my time. I'm not saying shit change. In fact, some things looked like they were getting worse. So I was like, no, something is wrong here. So let me go down memory lane. But don't worry, because I already did that for you, so you don't have to worry about that shit. Right? I already did that work. I already went down memory lane and figured out how the hell did I cause this shit? Where did this go wrong? How can we go from perfect to not perfect? And then I realized what I had said that led to the breakup. And just like that, didn't flip the thought, said it one time, and it pushed out. At least I think I said it one time. I had a couple shakes. I had some sake that night. But I recall saying it one time. But I would wake up 2 hours before I had to work, and I'd get my techniques and I would do all that shit. And I realized what they weren't telling you. And that is what led to the breakup. So that you could understand that you created this shit, that you created the version of your SP that's showing up today, but you can uncreate it right now by just looking at them differently, looking at them how you did before. You guys have to remember that, is you cannot look at who they are today because you created this version, but you need to look at who they were when you loved them, when everything was perfect, because you also created that version. They were cool when you first met, but as feelings got caught, the more time you spent together, you changed that version from just being, casual thing to being like, man, this is the guy. This is the girl. This is my perfect person. Like, everything is great. You created that too by controlling your thoughts at the time, because it's easy to control your thoughts when everything goes fucking great. When everything is peachy fucking king, it's easy to control your thoughts that way. But it's those times when it's not. But that's also manifesting. That's when you're also selecting the version of somebody that you don't want. But you need to start disciplining yourself. You need to start disciplining yourself. Because only you have the power to change all of this. Hey, Diamond Bestie. You're the only one that has the power to change all of this. They cannot change until you change them in your mind. They cannot be that version of your SP that you want them to be for you until you start expecting that from them. Until you describe them differently. My old car. Do you understand? Close that loop. My old car is still on his business parking lot. 5 months, no contact. Why isn't he saying come? Is he gifting me that after what he did? Okay, MB. I'm going to guess you're new here. 1, because I don't recognize your name. Oh yeah, if you think you're going to slide up in here and think I don't recognize if you've been here before, I do. So I let you slide when you first come across the live. But not after that, bitch. Not after that. Okay? So, MB. Your old car is still on his business parking lot, 5 months of no contact. Why isn't he saying come? Is he gifting me that after what he did? First of all, he didn't do anything. You did it. He didn't do it. Okay? It may look from the outside in, it may look from your reality like, no, he did this stuff. He said hurtful things. He did this, that, and the third. Great. But no, he didn't, because your thoughts are what created that. So, we'll walk you down memory lane real quick, okay? Because I don't want to go down this. I'm just going to make a fucking video about the memory lane. Therefore, I don't have to repeat it all the damn time. But we'll go down memory lane. I'll try to keep it short and concise because I'm running out of time. Okay, so memory lane, MB, listen up. And for anyone else new here, okay? You met your SP and you started dating. And everything was good. Just checking all the boxes. Everything was good. You were in like honeymoon stage, as they call it, right? And so everything was really great. Everything was great. And as the more you guys spend time together, the more things improve in your relationship, right? Because you're in the everything is great stage in your relationship. So therefore, it starts to pick up speed. Right now, you're in you went from talking to constantly seeing each other to now being in a relationship to now exchanging the words, I love you. For some of you, it's the opposite. It's I love you, then relationship. Okay? Doesn't matter. So everything was great, and now your relationship is on the incline, right? Feelings are getting stronger, everything is great. Then you have a disagreement. And your disagreement never keeps as a disagreement. It always turns into an argument because bitches can't shut up. And they want to say they want to say everything that's on their mind. And that's force in the 3D, right? And so you start having a bitch party in your mind. Once the argument's over verbally, you're continuing to argue here in your mind, complaining about him, the things he said, the things he did, whatever. Now, you guys make up. Because you brush your problem under the rug, you make up. And you move forward, right? And then you have another disagreement. And your disagreement turns into an argument, and basically history repeats itself, just like you argued the last time. The same thing happens the next time you have a disagreement. And you bitch to anybody who will listen. You talk to your friends about him, your family, your co-workers, and in here. Bitch, 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 bitch. Complain, 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 complain. And so, as you start to do that, you'll start to notice that your disagreements tend to become a little bit more frequent, right? And you'll even say things like, he's not the same person I once knew. He's changed. Yeah, we verbalize that because you notice he's not the same person you fell in love with. And so because of that, your relationship hits a snag. And the more you argue, it starts to go like this. And then all of a sudden, towards the end of your relationship, you start having a bitch party in your mind, wondering, is he going to leave me? Are we good? Is he going to break up with me? Like, does he still love me? Does he care about me? And then the breakup. And then after the breakup, oh, you're not done yet. You're not done. So instead, it's like now you come out of desperation. And now you blow their shit up. You blow their stuff up. A lot of you drive by their house. A lot of you will go to their jobs. Like trying to I just need them to talk to me. If I could just talk to them, they'll understand. They will understand. We'll get back together. And you sound like a thirsty little puppy dog begging and pleading for them to take you back. And all that does is push them further away. Which is why you got blocked. Which is why they go no contact. Which is why they do all that shit. Okay? Because you forced the 3D, and at some point after your breakup, you told yourself, so you start forcing the 3D, he starts pulling back on the communication, right? And then you start to say, does he even want to ever talk to me again? And now you go no contact. Sound familiar? Why isn't he talking to me? Does he even want to talk to me anymore? And now you're no contact, or blocked, or ghosted. Does that sound familiar? Of course it does, because all relationships are the same. Because he didn't do anything, you did it. You did it. So instead of questioning on why your old car is still on his business parking lot, 5 months of no contact, why isn't he saying, come, is that what you want? Do you want him to come? Do you want him to send you a text and say, hey, look, bitch, come pick up your shit? Is that what you want? If it's not, then I certainly wouldn't think that way. Instead, I would be like, of course, why wouldn't my car still be in his business parking lot 5 months later? Because every time he sees that car, he's thinking about me. That's why it's still there. Because he wants to be with me. Yeah, because let's be honest. He literally said it's your old car. So let's think logically. Because I always bring logic into manifestation. If he didn't want it there, he could have simply called the fucking tow truck and had that shit removed from his property. But he didn't. He still hasn't after 5 months. So you might want to start assigning positive meaning to that instead of questioning it. Because you're not going to get the answer you're looking for. All of a sudden, because the more you question that, you're going to get a call saying, come pick your shit up. Or you're going to drive by and notice your car isn't there because all of a sudden the tow truck company can pick that shit up. Or you can assign positive meaning to that crap. And say, of course it's still there. And every time he sees that shit, he's thinking about me. And I really hope, MB, 5 months later, I really hope that his company is on the fucking side of a highway that you have to drive by every day. I really hope you're not going out of your way to drive by his job. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. We don't want to do anything that gives off total stalker creep vibes. Okay? And you guys should be consistently asking yourself this all the time and say, if what I'm doing right now, there you've been, James been, and I was talking about you earlier. I was like, where the fuck has James been? I thought we were gonna have to track you down and call the cops. Where you been, bitch? I've missed you. I know if you're here or not. Oh, you hurt your goddamn self? I gotta start reading these things. Oh, I hope you're okay. Hey, I hope you're okay. But you guys have to have certain things and remind yourself. Hey, Christina, you have to remind yourself of shit, okay? And get really good at conditioning of positive meaning, positive fucking meaning. Because why in the hell wouldn't you want it? Oh shit. James, did you hurt yourself just so you got bandaged up? I'm just kidding. I was going to say, if you did, well played. Well played. I love that your SP bandaged you up. Why wouldn't she? That's what perfect wives and girlfriends do. Bandage up their SPs. Oh, you're flirting as it happened too. Look at you. Look at you, James. Keep going. Okay, glitter circles. So, that depends. You can push it back up to the top. I have a lot of messages I'm going through, and I got to get a control of my DMs too. But don't worry, I got your back. Okay? So, you have to remember, okay? Hold on. SP has baby mama, kids with, I'm here. Oh, Bridget, this is good. I'm hearing a whole lot of circumstances. What we got? Hit me with some, Mary, I responded to your message. I saw it. Push to the top. Good looking out, bitch. Okay, let's go ahead. Keep the circumstances coming, guys. Keep the circumstances coming. I love this. SP has baby mama, kids with me, and currently married to separate gutter trash. How do I feel chosen anyway? Okay. So, first of all, Bridget, you're going to eliminate all of those circumstances. Okay? Baby mama, who cares? They have a great co-parenting relationship. Okay? Kids with you will keep. Currently married to separate gutter trash. We don't call them three-piece around here, the gutter trash. So, we can banish the gutter trash out the equation. But how do you feel chosen anyway? So I want you to go back to the sentence that you just wrote. And I want you to pay attention to the middle statement that came right after baby mama. SP has baby mama, kids with me. So here's the thing, is he chose to have children, well, not always, but oftentimes they choose who to have children with. Okay? So You use the term plural, implying you have more than one child with the man. Okay? So you have a whole ass family with the man. Why wouldn't you feel chosen? He chose you at one time. You do know that, right? In fact, he chose you initially. Then he chose you to be the mother to his children. And based on how many children he had, he made that choice numerous times. And he chose to have a relationship with you. He chose all that. So how would you not feel chosen? He chose you already. Let's just be honest, right? He chose you already. Every one of your SPs all the way from the past, unless this is the only relationship you've ever fucking been in, which I highly doubt so. So every relationship you were in, you're repeatedly chosen. Do I need to continue? You were chosen numerous times. In fact, you can take it one step further. Your children choose you every day of their lives. Every fucking day of their lives, your children choose you. So how do you not feel chosen? You need to remember that. You were chosen over and over and over again. Always. You're always chosen. Tell yourself that. Like, I am always chosen. I'm always the only one people choose. Whoever I want wants me even more. No one compares to me. And that's where let's be honest, okay, let's think. I get it. I do. I get it. But it's not helping you to continuously tell yourself you don't feel chosen, right? That doesn't help you in feeling chosen. Is by saying, I don't feel chosen, and by justifying certain shit to protect yourself, right? Because if it's not with this SP, and let's say you get a new relationship, you care to know how that one's gonna go? The pattern will repeat itself because you're repeatedly telling yourself you're not chosen. Like, why? When so many people have chosen you. So many people have chosen you. If you have a job, your employer chose you too, right? So this is how you have to look at it. This is how you dissect your entire life and be like, oh, I'm chosen by a shit ton of people. I am literally chosen every day by a shit ton of people. Every ex of my past chose me. My children choose me every day. My employer chose me over hundreds based upon where you live. Sometimes could be thousands of applicants. I was chosen. All my friends chose me. Do I need to continue with how many people in your life have chosen you? We get to choose our friends. So they chose you, right? So I want you to hold on to that and remind yourself that, oh, there's a shit ton of people in my life literally that chose me. And most importantly, my children choose me every day. Hold on to that, okay? I do want you to hold on to that and just remind yourself of that. Like, no, I'm always chosen. Like, literally, I was chosen by my child's father, for Christ's sakes, you know? And he chose to have children with me. He chose me several times. Hold on to that instead. Okay? And then if you want help to get her bitch back to the dumpster she crawled out of, we could do that too. Christina, I don't give a shit if your SP blocked you because you know exactly what you did. You don't even need to tell me. You know exactly what the fuck you did, bitch, to get blocked. Let's not lie to ourselves. People don't just wake up one day and decide they want to block your ass. That's not how that works. Literally, it's not how that works. There's only one reason they block you. And you know what you did. You forced the 3D over and over and over again. Therefore, he was like, and then in your mind, because they weren't responding to you, right? Because the breakup was fresh, right? And you were insisting on talking, which all of you should have been grateful if they didn't talk to you, because you would have been even more fucked up in your mind, okay? But you tried forcing the 3D. Let me just send them message after message after message after message, and then they don't reply. And so in your thoughts, you're like, he's not responding to me. Why isn't he responding to me? He doesn't care about me anymore. He doesn't want to talk to me anymore. and now the block. This is why you guys need to look at your behavior now. Look at the things that you're doing now and ask yourself, if my friend, if my bestie would have called me and told me, if my bestie calls me right now and tells me that this is the shit she's doing, what the fuck would I tell her? What would you tell her? If your bestie called you and was like, hey bitch, by the way, I'm gonna drive by his house today. Yeah, I drive by his house every fucking day to see if he's home. And you know what? I'm creeping all over his social media, bitch. Like, literally, I check his social media 15,000 times a day to see what he's doing. And then, then I can't get off my phone refreshing my text messages because I think my texts are broken because he hasn't replied to me. And I keep messaging him over and over and over again. He hasn't replied. What the fuck would you tell your friend if she told you that? Be honest with yourself. Go ahead, be honest with yourself. Because you already know, you would have been like, bitch, what are you doing? What are you fucking doing? That's exactly what you would have said. So you might want to take your own advice. Because you know damn well, thanks Bridget, you know damn well you would have been like, are you batshit us crazy? Like, you better simmer down, take a back seat there, bitch. You know that is exactly the advice you would have given your bestie. But for you, though, you're like, no, this is totally normal-ass behavior. This is totally normal-ass fucking behavior. When you know it's not. Which is what kills me when it comes to you guys. Is you guys insist on looking for triggers. You insist on looking for fucking triggers. Like, let me just intentionally find the things that trigger me. Because I know I can't control myself. I know I can't control myself. So I'm just going to look for things that fucking trigger me over and over and over again. Because you know, at the end of the day, I'd rather be sad and fucking in tears all day long and all in my negative thought space because God forbid I think positively that day and start viewing situations differently. That's weird. Why the fuck would I want to do that when I could just do the opposite all the time? Well, then go ahead and do that. Go ahead, Christina. If you want to sit there and you want to continue to sit there and talk about the fact that you're in no contact, you go ahead and you let me know when that motherfucker contacts you. You're going to be waiting a long time. You're going to be waiting a long time. It's that simple. Because you are repeatedly saying you're focused on right now and your current situation that I'm blocked. How do you know you're blocked if you've been in a year of no contact? Right? How do you know this shit? Because who the fuck goes on social media every day to find out if they're still blocked? You know what that tells me? That you're not persisting. Imperfect boyfriend. Because if you were, you wouldn't need to check if you were blocked. Right? Because who the fuck needs to check if they're blocked or not? Do I need to sit there and go on social media to see if I'm blocked? No, I don't. Because who the fuck would ever block me? Who would ever block me? I don't think so. I don't fucking think so. Plus, I be telling you guys so many times why you're so worried about the blocked feature is that you guys should be like, of course, why wouldn't he block me so he can fucking creep my profile? He just doesn't want me to know it. He just doesn't want me to know it. Like, he literally is looking at all my shit all the time. Right? On top of that, they have phones. I think you guys forget that they have phones. Okay, first of all, unapologetic. Jesus, that's very close to my admin. Okay, unapologetically her. Yeah, you go ahead and send me a message. You can send me a message. But on my live, no one attacks you. I mean, except maybe me, but I don't attack you. I try to help you, right? So I may yell at you and check you. But on here, no one attacks you. Okay? We have moderators for that shit. Okay, to encourage that doesn't happen. And they'll be kicked out hotter than they fucking got in. So don't worry about that. But go ahead and send me a message. whatever. It's a medium. Okay? So, that's what we're not going to do, okay? I don't have time to sit there. Exactly, we never attack around here. I mean, I may yell at you every once in a while, but we don't attack. Okay? So, in fact, I've been very zen mode lately. No, that's a lie. That's a lie, actually. I mean, I'm zen mode all the time. But, you know, some of y'all be pissing me the fuck off because you literally, like, do the stupidest shit over and over and over again, but then you bitch in the same breath. I want this. I know, right? It's almost unheard of. I want this. But this is so much fucking easier. It's so much. I want to be back together with my boyfriend, but I don't like the person he is today. I know you keep saying that I need to fucking change that person. I know you keep saying that, but you know what? I just can't do that. What are you fucking talking about? You're either looking, like, this is what you guys need to, this is what you guys need to realize. You're looking and you're thinking one way or another. Okay? You don't need to learn to expect that fucking shit. What are we, 12? Even they know to expect. Okay? You are expecting one thing or another. You are viewing them as one way or another. There is no extra effort fucking required. It's not like, you know what, if you want to view current version and bad version, like, that's so much easier. But you know what, if you actually want to view the nice version and the perfect version for you, no, that shit requires a whole lot of fucking effort. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's the same amount of effort. Doesn't matter what you've got going on. But you guys persist in bullshit every fucking day. Persist in bullshit, persist in bullshit, persist in bullshit, and then bitch, whine, and complain that I'm not getting what I want. I've been doing affirmations after affirmations, and I swear I'm doing everything right, and they haven't contacted me in 8 months. No, you're not. Sorry. You've been doing nothing but learning about law of attraction, law of assumption, trying technique after technique after technique after technique. But you haven't been doing a goddamn thing. You haven't been doing shit except for wasting your fucking time. Who has time for that? Because I have news for you. The more time you waste getting your SP back, I always tell you, someone else is manifesting your SP. So when the fuck are you gonna go get your man? Go get your woman. You think I'm gonna let someone come in my fucking house and take my shit? I don't fucking think so. Are you gonna let somebody come into your house and tell you to get the fuck out? I don't think so. So how the hell are you gonna let somebody come in your reality and tell you what your shit is? I don't care who they are. You're gonna let your SP try to tell you what your shit is? You're gonna let everybody, your family, your fucking friends, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like Diamond says, the crown never comes off. It stays on. This is your fucking castle. I don't understand why you guys let everybody come in and tell you what your shit is and take your fucking person. I don't think so. I had a call with a client the other day, and I respected her for it because she said, you know what, I wasn't actually worried about it until I found out there was a gutter trash. And I was like, no, wait a minute. No, that's my motherfucking man. That's my fucking man. So I'm going to go get his ass back. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You're going to let somebody else come into your place and do that shit? No, I don't think so. You're going to sit there and tolerate your ex blocking you? I don't think so. Blocked? I don't think so. That motherfucker cannot get enough of me. Oh yeah, he cannot get enough of me. He'll do anything to be with me right now. Because if that's all it takes is seeing your perfect person and affirming for what the fuck you want, what is your problem? What is your problem? But instead, you guys want to come here on some bullshit, limiting belief after limiting belief after limiting belief after circumstance after circumstance after fucking circumstance, self-concept issues after self-concept issues. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? You need to knock that shit off. And you need to knock it off now. Because that is bullshit. It's bullshit. Because what you're doing now is exactly what led you to the problems you have. Do you not get that? Does that not sink in? That what you're doing now is what led you to your breakup? Is what's keeping them away? But that's in the same breath, you're like, that's not what I want though. No, that's not what I want. Well, then grow up and go get what the fuck you want. Get what you want. You don't ever have to verbalize anything to them. You could be a mute and get everything you fucking want. Everything that you want. But instead, you guys listen to them. You can't not react. You need to discipline your fucking self and act like a goddamn adult. Act like an adult. That's all you need to do. Do you need to walk into work every day and someone has to remind you how to do your fucking job? I don't think so. You just do it. So get a grip and run your life the same way. Does someone have to tell you to run your fucking life every day? I don't think so. At least they shouldn't. So you need to own your shit. You need to put yourself on that fucking pedestal, put your goddamn crown on, and give your expectations. Give your commands. This is your fucking house. You want somebody to take you on vacation every goddamn month? Well, guess what? That's who he is for you now. That's who he is for you now. You want somebody that's going to spoil you, run, buy you gifts every week? Well, you know what? That's who they are for me now. That's who they are. And I won't settle for less because this is my reality. I will not settle for anything less than what I deserve. Fuck what you want. It's what you deserve. So you need to be willing and able to put in the discipline for fuck's sake, because it doesn't matter. You could have a whole nother SP. Doesn't matter. Because the shit's gonna end the same. So you may as well just accept that you're gonna be single for the rest of your goddamn life because I can't act like a fucking grown-ass woman or man. Instead, I'd rather act like a juvenile adolescent and I'd rather get juvenile adolescent shit. No, I don't think so. So change the version of your SP and don't settle for anything less than that. They will conform if you will just see them that way over and over and over again. It's not fucking rocket science. You guys read into things way too much. Way too much. All you literally have to do is tell yourself, he's my perfect boyfriend. He's the perfect boyfriend. He's the perfect boyfriend. He's the fucking perfect boyfriend. Your subconscious mind knows who that is for you. That's all you have to fucking tell yourself. Or you can continue to tell yourself that he's a fucking asshole. What's the difference? What's the difference? Because that's literally what you're telling yourself all day long every time you think about them any fucking way. I don't want an asshole. Nope. I don't think so. Perfect fucking boyfriend. Do you understand? So, I want you to do something. We're going to let's see how we're going to do this because I got a jet. Actually, no. We're not going to do it today because I feel like I need to map it out in my mind so it makes sense to you. Okay? We're going to do something tomorrow that's going to show you your power. Okay? Don't worry, it's gonna be real fucking simple because Jesus Christ, I would not dare to make it complicated for your ass. Don't even worry. I don't even know how to make shit complicated, let's be honest. Okay? So, it'll be real fucking simple for you to follow. But if you'll do it, you'll see your power. Okay? Because it's fucking stupid. Like, this is fucking stupid. But what you're not going to do when you do the exercise is justify the shit. That's not what you're going to do. Well, yeah, I could do that. But I can't do this. Shut the fuck up. It's no different. It's no different. If you can manifest a butterfly flying by your window, then you know what? You can manifest your SP. It's no fucking different. It's no different. Okay? No doodles. How else do I get people to show up in my lives? I'm just kidding. But no, because I have to map it out in my head. Okay? So it can be simplistic for you guys. But I need you guys to start seeing your power. So I feel like if I can get you guys to do something that there's no resistance to, that's easy, then you got it. Okay, then you're golden. Okay? Okay. Oh no, sis. Eleanor, no, girl. But I'm going to go read your success story. Eleanor has a success story in the WhatsApp group. I saw your shit, bitch. I didn't actually read it yet, but I'm going to go see it. We already did the photo method. But you could just watch the video on my profile that's pinned to the top. Okay, I have to jet because I am. Oh, I know you are so happy. I'm gonna go read your success story because I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you. Okay, we do this every day. Well, I go live why are you acting like you're fucking new, bitch? Huh? I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific. So, again, if you guys are interested in one-on-one coaching with me, all links are in the bio, okay? I will also manifest your SP for you. Easy peasy. I'm good at it, actually. Link is in the bio. If you ever miss my live, you can always catch the replay on the tube of you. I do my best, if TikTok cooperates, to upload them daily. And also make sure that you join my WhatsApp community. We do have a form that we require you to fill out now to weed out people trying to poach you guys and sell you pipe water in a dream and knowing that they're full of shit. So that's why we have the form for you guys to fill out, so you guys can, you know, do what Facebook and TikTok and all them have you do. Abide by the community guidelines. Don't worry. We're good. Okay? All right, guys. I love you all. James, I'm going to let it slide, my dude, because you were injured and with your SP. But don't miss another day. I know when you're gone. I notice when you're not here. I love you guys all, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.